Ensure that your home has working smoke detectors. They will alert you if there is smoke and fire in your home. Install a smoke detector on every level of your home, inside each bedroom and outside each sleeping area. Test smoke detectors every month and change the batteries every 6 months. Home fires can spread rapidly and every second counts. Create an escape plan and practice it with everyone in your home. Make sure everyone can safely escape in less than 2 minutes. Keep escape routes as clutter-free as possible so no one trips or falls on the way out during an emergency. In addition to smoke detectors, fire extinguishers is an important device to have on hand. To use a fire extinguisher, remember the acronym PASS. Pull the pin, aim the nozzle, squeeze the handle, and sweep from side to side at the base of the fire. We must all do our parts to ensure that our families and homes are safe in the event a fire occurs. On behalf of the Commissioner of Police, the Director of Fire Services, and all officers of the Fire Department, let's work together to help prevent fires, because fire safety is everyone's responsibility, and the life you save may be your own.
At the House of Assembly, I'm Lakush Lapinder. This is ZNS.
It's What's Trending with Jiminita Swain and the Bahama Beauty at the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas from Studio A. It all starts right now.
Hey everyone, it's Thursday, October 9th, and you're watching What's Trending. I'm Jiminita Swain, and tonight we've got the latest news, and yes, we're diving into the serious conversations that matter. So buckle up, get ready, and let's jump straight into What's Trending. This October, Bahamas Jazz Club is where the magic happens. From John Batiste's soulful grooves to Sean Cootie and Egypt 80's electrifying Afrobeat to Tank and the Bangas bringing the heat, plus a spine-tingling Harlem Haunts Halloween. Hear all about it and on today's show, your front row pass to Bahamas Jazz Club's October lineup. Plus, earlier this year, we had the honor of sitting down with Captain Fernley Palmer, a true contributor to society, a national hero, and a tireless community builder. He shared unforgettable stories about growing up alongside another legend, the late Celindan Pindling. You won't want to miss these first-hand memories from one of the Bahamas' inspiring voices. And finally, tourism is steady, construction is climbing, but global risks are rising. What does that mean for your wallet in 2025? We break it down in our quick Bahamian economic update. All that and so much more in today's show.
Diet-friendly special.
Like, what are you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, but
I need the $10 special plate.
How many of them would you like?
20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, boy.
What's trending in business? Who's making major money moves, and how's it shaping your future? This is Economics, your front row seat to the biggest stories in business, innovation, and finance. Powered by the Sand Dollar, the digital currency of the Central Bank of the Bahamas. It's fast, secure, Bahamian. We're breaking down the numbers, the news, and what it means to you, Tune in every Thursday at 6 p.m. for the trends, the insights, and the stories that matter. Get informed, get inspired, get in the mix with Economics. The John Batiste Jazz Club at Bahama is turning up the volume this October. From Batiste New Orleans brilliance to Seyon Kunti and Egypt 80s Afrobeat fire to Tank and the Banga's genre-bending grooves. This month is pure musical magic. And for a Halloween like no other, don't miss the spellbinding Harlem Haunts on October 31st. Joining us now to talk vibes, lineup, and what's behind the velvet curtain is Ramal Shearer, Manager of Creative Arts and Culture Music Development for the Jazz Club. Welcome to the show, Ramal.
Hello, thanks. Welcome.
It's great to have you here with us. So this is, October lineup is stacked. So tell us, what is, you have John Batiste, Seyon Kunti, Tank and the Bangas. Tell us how this all came together, some big names.
Yeah, we're really all about bringing together the best of culture from the Bahamas and the wider Caribbean to jazz influenced by our namesake John Batiste, who is a big part of our cultural project here. So we really wanted to make sure that we were presenting like a really eclectic mix of all sorts of flavors. We have music from Nigeria through Afrobeats. We have Tank of the Bangas, which is a huge fusion of New Orleans and Second Line and a bit of Caribbean flair as well. So.
And for someone that's never been to the John Batiste Jazz Club, what's the atmosphere? What's the vibe like?
Yeah, the atmosphere is, I think, really, truly one of a kind. It's really in huge part to the creative genius and mind behind our arts and culture program at Bahama. So that's under the leadership of John Cox. So we've curated a wonderful experience with lots of beautiful imagery referencing like old Bahamas nightlife with iconic venues like the Silver Slipper, the Cat and the Fiddle, and then, of course, a bit of New Orleans flair. Running through the program with, you know, great beverages, great cocktails, great food as well. So it's really, I think a truly immersive experience, top to bottom.
So let's talk about John Batiste.
Yeah.
He's known for blending jazz, soul, and even pop. What can fans expect from his performances on the 12th and 13th of October?
Well, we like to say with John, we never know what's gonna happen. I mean, he's such an incredible artist that I think he's just like inspired on another level, right? So anytime you have the pleasure of seeing a John show, it's like being manifested in the moment. So he likes to say that his shows are co-manifested, co-produced with the audience.
So Seyon Kunti and Egypt 80 bring serious energy and Afrobeat legacy. So what does it mean to host that kind of cultural powerhouse here?
Yeah, I think with that artist, we really wanted to do something special because there's such an interesting history too with the exchange of musical ideas across the Atlantic. So Seyon Kunti is actually the son of the famous Afrobeats legend Fela Kuti. So Fela Kuti is like the pioneer of Afrobeat. So everyone knows Afrobeat. I love Afrobeat, and it really stems from this culture. So there's really a conversation to be had, I think, across like the Caribbean and also the continent of Africa. So we have DJ Newsy, who's going to be involved, DJ Ignite. They're going to be doing a huge Afrobeat DJ set too. So it's going to be like hype energy, really a really fun time.
So Tank and the Bangers, they're in a league of their own. They're playful, poetic, unpredictable. How excited are you for their set?
I am super excited. Tank the Bangers is actually one of my personal favorite bands. Many of you would know them from their really iconic Tiny Desk show, which I believe is 2016, 2017. They won the Tiny Desk competition. It blew up the internet. And there's just such an incredible fusion of spoken word, R&B, hip hop. She's a poet, so like the way that she crafts her sets, it's just a beautiful array of storytelling and imagery, and it's just a very high energy experience.
Now, Harlem Hunts is mysterious and fun. So what's the concept behind this Halloween night experience?
Yeah, so we thought it would be really fun to reference a lot of the jazz history from like the 1920s and 30s through Harlem. So you might be familiar with the Harlem Renaissance, figures like Duke, Ellington, and others who really pioneered the genre at that time. But we wanted to put a spooky twist on it and make it really fun for our guests. So we're going to be inviting people to bring their best masks, pinstripe suits, but with maybe splatters and blood on it. We encourage everyone to come in costume. And we're also going to be enjoying the incredible music of Essence Band, as well as DJ Ignite. So it's really not a night you want to miss.
Sounds like a lot of fun. So are these shows seated, or will they be standing? How can guests make the most of the club's events, the vibes, the setting?
Yeah, so our club has seats all across the room, but there's also like a general admission section. So if you go to our website, it's bahamar.com/jazzclub. You can go to our ticket portal, which shows you a map of our room and where you can book seats. So we have beautiful VIP experiences in our VIP lounges with like a really intimate experience. And then we also have a floor section if you wanted to stand by the bar.
Well, Romel, I see that you didn't come alone. You brought one of your many talented mixologists with you from John Batiste Jazz Club. So in a few moments, we'll hear from Elian Rule. So we're going to see what that's all about.
Awesome.
If you would like to be a part of What's Trending, DM us on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS.
So welcome to the show, Elian.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you here with us. So I understand that the drinks are absolutely beautiful and tasty at the John Batiste Jazz Club. Can you talk to us about some of the drinks that persons would find on the menu?
Yes, ma'am. We carry a lot of classic cocktails and jazz-inspired cocktails named after some of the pioneers of jazz. And I'm going to make some for you today.
Awesome. That sounds exciting. So what are we going to be starting with today? Because I see you have these 2 glasses. So what's the first one we're going to be starting with?
So we're going to start with one of our favorites, the Belle Yale. I'm going to make that for you right now.
Awesome. So what's going to be included in that one?
So here we have gin, we have Saint Germain, and we have creme de violet. And some lemon juice.
Awesome. So I'll let you get started on that. So what do you like about being a mixologist?
The most thing I love about being a mixologist, I get to meet new people every day. I get to serve them, chat it up. And it's just, you know, being in a nightclub is a nice environment. You get to dance, listen to music all night.
And jazz too?
Yeah.
It's good music. All right.
So here we go. We're going to start with 1 ounce lemon juice.
Okay.
2 ounces of gin.
Okay. So this is one of those drinks that gets you in the mood for the evening, or this is one of those drinks that really like revs you up?
So let's just get you straight to the point.
Well, that's good. That's good, especially if you're out on a Friday night or a Saturday night.
Especially
if you just want to go out and start a go.
Listen, the Bahamian locals love this one.
Oh, well, see, that's key. So what did you just add to it?
This is Saint Germain.
Okay.
It's an elderflower liqueur.
Okay.
Very herbal, very aromatic.
Okay, and what are we adding now?
And this is creme de violet. This is also herbal, floral, and it has lavender in it.
Okay. So you're gonna give it a good toss?
A little shake.
To remind us the name of this drink.
The Belle Yale.
The Belle Yale. Well, thank you so much, Elion.
Thank you for having me.
And Romel, who was chatting with us earlier, for taking us behind the velvet curtain and letting us know what we're going to be experiencing this month at the John Batiste Jazz Club.
Things may be tough, but Wendy's got you covered. Grab a day single or chicken sandwich with a junior fries and 16-ounce beverage for just $6.95. Why choose less from the other guys when you can get more? At Wendy's, we're providing bigger bites and better deals. So purchase your Tings Tough Value Meal today. Now available at all locations excluding the airport and food truck.
Diet-friendly special.
He's a national hero, community builder, and a man whose life is woven into the very fabric of Bahamian history. Earlier this year, Captain Fernley Palmer sat down with us to share his journey and some unforgettable stories of growing up alongside another legend, the late Sir Lyndon Pindling. From lessons in leadership to moments that shaped a nation. Take a look. Captain Fernley Palmer has worn many hats over the years, not just as a community leader, but also as a quiet force during a critical time in our country's political evolution. His close bond with Sir Lyndon Pindling placed him near the heart of the Bahamas' push for independence. Captain Palmer, it's such a pleasure to have you here with us. Let's start by going back to your friendship with Sir Lyndon Pindling. How did that friendship begin?
First of all, thank you very much for this opportunity to say to you and to the country how my friendship began with, I refer to him as Lyndon. So Lyndon, the father of the nation. I was told by my parents that my parents and Sir Lyndon's father came in the Bahamas in April 1922. My father, I was told, and Sir Lyndon's father were police officers. Sir Lyndon and I born to the same corner. I was born on the corner of East Street and Mason Edition. So the first person I know, apart from my brother and my sister, was the father of the nation, who I will refer to as Lyndon.
So what do you remember most about your boyhood days together?
Shooting marble and catching chicken. We raised our own chicken, and I forgot to put up the chickens, the biggest, one night, shooting a marble with Sir Lyndon. And the rats came and ate the biggest, and I was in trouble. I told my parents that Sir Lyndon and I were shooting a marble, and it get dark, I forget. And my father took me, with every drop of honesty in me, my father took me to Sir Lyndon's father, until when he beat Sir Lyndon, he would beat me. So that's the relationship we had, friendship, not politics, friends.
So Sir Lyndon went on to become a lawyer and the nation's first prime minister. How did you feel witnessing your friend rise to national leadership?
Just great. He invited me to all his functions in the Bahamas. But how I got involved with Vance, Sir Lyndon decided to run for the Southern District. There's two families living through Barren Ground Corner. The corner where I moved through and lived through for 23 or 4 years. I know the families, but he didn't know them as good as I did. And he came to me and asked me if I could go with him to these families to solicit their votes. And I did that. And that was my first walk and first start in politics until this moment.
Now, we understand that you turned down a seat in Parliament and even a Senate appointment. Why did you prefer working behind the scenes at that time? Tell us about that.
was deeply involved through my father, who put me in the Boys Brigade. The first Nassau Bahamas Company in Wesley West Methodist Church in 1943. And I get to like the movements of the Boys Brigade and the discipline and the self-respect. So I decided to stay with the Boys Brigade. I was made the offer to run for the Grove. I turned it down, and also it was rumored that I'd be a senator for the Progressive Liberal Party. And I told my friends, Lyndon, that I'm not interested.
So you were present on Bay Street during Black Thursday on April 27, 1965. What stands out in your memory from that historic day?
I know something is going to happen, but I couldn't pinpoint it. And late Donald Wilson and Sidney Young and Michelle, we were stone masons, and we were working over to, they call it then Hog Island, Paradise Island. We go over in a glass bottom boat. So we went over that morning, checked in, and then we came back. Now, the late Matthew Sawyer, he was an insurance agent, and he allowed the PLP member of parliament at that time to use his office. And I think that is where they had the strategy, but I did not know what was going to happen, but we had an idea that something was going to happen, and we just say we can stick and see if we can change this policy, change this, the way how we're being handled because of the color of our skin.
So you saw the mace and the hourglass thrown out of the window? Or you said you checked in at work and you came out?
I didn't see it, but Lord help me. I saw one person who had the mace and run, and he dropped it.
Oh, wow.
I understood later from him that he used to run a relay with the mace. I run in past the you and you pass the Madam Cramer lady and she passed the other person. So now one police would have run behind me for the mace while we relayed. But then it was dropped, and that's how I think the authorities got the mace back.
Okay.
But the plan was, I was told later, to take it to Southern Recreation Ground where they would have a rally with the mace which belongs to the people.
But a peaceful day it turned out to be.
I think the riot squad was called out because at that time they had what they call the riot squad. They had a cadre police who had bayonets on the rifle and had big wicker shield.
Police with the human barricades.
Yeah, thank you, human barricade, yeah.
So looking back on your reflections of Sir Lyndon's legacy and the progress the Bahamas made as a nation, what are your thoughts?
Great, we have made some progress, a lot of progress. I remember when I went to trade, I was paid 60 cents per week. When I bought my first car, gas was 60 cents per gallon. But things was bad, and when the PLP came, they said, well, open the way, in particular with education.
Is there one particular accomplishment, either personal or national, that fills you with the most pride?
I have a quotation, what the Boys Brigade used throughout the world. I'd rather build a boy than a man a man. And that stands out with me. Give me the glue. Let me put the ingredients what friendly want to put in him. So we'll have a better Commonwealth of the Bahamas. We'll have a better boy. I can't name the amount of ministers of the gospel who came through the 14th Company. That's my thing. That's why I'd rather you build that boy. Let me put the ingredients of religion and discipline in him. So the country, wherever they go, could be a better place. Because my parents put me in the Boys Brigade, and I put what I learned in the Boys Brigade into those boys.
What began as a friendship became a foundation, one built on leadership, loyalty, and love for country. As we approach National Heroes Day, we honor the bonds that continue to shape our nation's story. And as we look ahead, those same values of strength and resilience remain just as vital. In our economics, tourism strong, construction's booming, but global risks are starting to surface. How could it all hit home for you? Find out right after the break.
Where you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, but
I need the $10 special place. How many would you like? 20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, boy.
Bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong.
As the world economy shifts and global uncertainty grows, what does it all mean for the Bahamas in 2025? From tourism trends to inflation risk, construction booms to cruise surges, we've got a snapshot of the road ahead in this week's Economics, which pulls a page out of the central bank's most recent monthly economic and financial developments report. The Bahamian economy is projected to expand at a more moderate pace in 2025 compared to the stronger growth seen in 2024. This outlook aligns closely with developments in the tourism sector, which remains the key driver of economic performance. Growth in the stopover visitor segment, which is heavily influenced by U.S. travel trends, is expected to register slower gains. This reflects ongoing accommodation constraints, along with more subdued consumer confidence in the United States, which could temper demand. In contrast, cruise tourism segment is forecasted to maintain robust growth, while it represents a smaller share of tourism earnings. Activity in this sector continues to expand and contribute to overall visitor arrivals. Meanwhile, the construction sector is expected to benefit from both new and ongoing foreign direct investment projects, many of which are tied to onshore cruise developments. This momentum should help to sustain job creation and output in the near term. That said, the downside risk to the outlook have increased. Higher global trade tariffs, coupled with uncertainty surrounding trade policy of major economies, could negatively impact tourism demand and overall global growth. Additionally, geopolitical tensions, particularly in the Middle East and Eastern Europe, continue to pose risk, especially through the potential for elevated global oil prices and supply chain disruptions. Further improvements in employment are anticipated, with job gains concentrated in tourism and construction. However, inflationary pressures may persist in the short term, driven by increased import costs, primarily from the U.S., and potential delays in global supply chains. From a fiscal standpoint, the government's net financing gap is expected to narrow further, supported by revenue growth linked to tourism-related taxable activity. Nonetheless, funding needs will remain, requiring a combination of domestic and external borrowing, with a larger share anticipated from local markets. In the monetary sector, commercial bank lending to the private sector is forecasted to increase, which could reduce system-wide liquidity. As a result, external reserves may contract modestly, though they are expected to remain well above international benchmarks and sufficient to support the Bahamian dollar's currency peg. In summary, while the Bahamian economy is expected to maintain its recovery, the pace of growth is set to moderate in 2025. Key sectors, particularly tourism and construction, will continue to support activity, although global uncertainties may present challenges in the months ahead. That's been your Economics.
Your home is your sanctuary. The last thing you need to worry about is rodents. Once they enter your property, they can be tough to get out. If you're concerned about rodents, call Rent-A-Kill initially. We offer the latest, most effective treatment for safe, fast, and long-lasting results. From prevention to elimination, our integrated approach guarantees protection. For rodent control you can trust, there's only one name in the Bahamas. Rent-A-Kill Initial.
Tired of looking at the same old kitchen? Step 1. Our talented recommended designer Mark crafts a custom design just for you. Step 2. Once your design is ready, CBS Bahamas makes ordering effortless. Your dream kitchen is within reach. Step 3. Our recommended installers bring your vision to life, ensuring every detail is perfectly in place. Sit back and relax as your dream space becomes a reality. Visit cbsbahamas.com and start bringing your home improvement dreams to life today.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
And that's how we wrap up a trending week. Follow us on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS for show clips and behind-the-scenes moments. See you on Wednesday at 6 p.m. We'll be off Tuesday, October 14th, as the ZNS Network brings you live coverage of the National Honors Investiture Ceremony starting at 3:30 p.m. Until then, stay tuned for more lifestyle, entertainment, and everything in between. Have a safe holiday weekend, everyone.
At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight. The Northern Edition has a look at stories making news tonight. The Department of Labor and Public Service hosting a public forum to unveil new policies aimed at strengthening the nation's workforce. Also, the Minister for Grand Bahama sharing insights from the recent Intra-Africa Trade Fair. And a man is facing serious charges after robbing and setting a woman on fire.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
It was very well received, not only here in Grand Bahama, but also in New Providence.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, a contractor concerned about the safety of occupants in Lucayan Towers North contacting ZNS News today after alleging that a balcony on one of the units collapsed. Now, while no one was hurt, the contractor is raising issue with the powers that be to cancel the occupancy status on Lucayan Towers North and ensure that it is completely shut down. Here's tonight's top story.
The Port Authority needs to shut this building down and take occupancy just like they did in the South Building.
Cindy Pintard, owner of Blue Ribbon Construction, is calling on the Grand Bahama Port Authority to immediately revoke the occupancy status of Lucayan Towers North. Pintard says the recent balcony collapse is just one example of what she claims is a broader safety risk to residents.
And so when I pull up, I realize that this balcony has collapsed. This is the second time that I have complained to building permit about work that's going on in this building with no permit. So I came over here and I called because people's life is at risk. You have buildings that collapse in the United States and people died. You understand? They're trying to make this but something else, but this is about the Bahamian life.
In response, K. Brian Sands, a board member for Lucayan Towers North, says that the building is structurally sound and that the incident is being properly addressed.
We paid a structural engineer to come and do a structural assessment of this building. We have the structural engineer's report. I can give you a copy of the structural engineer's report to show that this building, Lucayan Towers North, is structurally sound.
Cindy Pintard is the contractor responsible for the maintenance of the Southern Towers. As a board member from Lucayan Towers North, Sands claims she is raising alarm in an attempt to secure the contract for both properties.
You are angry. You are a liar. And now you are a liar.
Adding further weight to the issue, Area Member of Parliament, the Honourable Michael Pintard, also on the scene to assess the situation firsthand. He echoed concerns about the building's integrity and says the safety of occupants must come first.
With respect to the structural issues, I was concerned once I heard that there was a collapse, and so now it begs the question in terms of, are there any other balconies that may be compromised? And so those persons in charge of the building, they are duty bound to share the information with respect to the structural integrity of the building, and I would like to think that all concerned would be responsible.
Now, ZNS News reached out to the Grand Bahama Port Authority for a statement, but our calls were not returned up to news time. Well, switching gears now, a gruesome case of violence unfolding earlier this week, leaving a woman with burn injuries about her body. Police say this was a disagreement that quickly turned violent. Sherelle Dames has the report.
Now, it was shortly after 9 p.m. Monday night here at the Old Scorpios building where authorities say a 49-year-old woman was badly burned during a confrontation. And the situation escalated during what began as a brief interaction between two individuals who didn't know each other.
During that conversation, she would have thrown a liquid on this male, and he would have in return throw the same liquid back on the female, and then let her fire.
Police say the suspect did not remain on the scene. However, patrol officers nearby were able to apprehend him after receiving the report.
He would have fled in an unknown direction, and the officers while on patrol, being vigilant, they would have arrested this male, a 39-year-old male, in connection with this matter.
While details about what led to the incident remain unknown, authorities believe both individuals may be vagrants. Meanwhile, the suspect was charged and taken before the court.
He was granted bail in the amount of $9,000. He's also to be outfitted with an ankle monitoring device, and he'll be staying at a central station 2 days after a week.
Now, police has confirmed that the female victim remains in hospital at this time in stable condition, while the accused is expected to return to court when the matter goes to trial in February 2026. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Sherelle Dames.
Thanks so much, Sherelle. Well, paving the way to improve conditions within the workforce, the Department of Labor and Public Service hosting a town hall meeting to bring forth new proposals led by the Minister of Labor and Public Service, the Honorable Pia Glover-Roll. Our Matthew Martinborough provides more details in this report.
Grand Bahama residents filled the Department of Labor and Public Service office in the Wynn Building downtown Freeport as they await to hear new labor legislative reform proposals introduced by labor officials, spearheaded by the Minister of Labor and Public Service, the Honorable Pia Glover-Roll. The Labor Minister says bringing forth the proposals aim to remove any ambiguity which may stir given the complexity of the Employment Act and Industrial Relations Act recommendations.
So it's good to hear that the clarifications that were made, it's good to hear recommendations for further clarifications, but to ensure that the law that frames the workforce is able to be so clear that it possibly can lead to less issues of industrial relations, and that was the goal.
From employment recommendations such as extension of maternity leave from 12 to 14 and eventually 16 weeks, also newly introduced paternity leave, to industrial recommendations like a time limit on trade dispute hearings and anti-sabotage legislation, the proposals were met to high acclaim and enthusiastic applause from attendees.
Businesses cannot work without employees, employees cannot work without businesses, and none of us could buy a damn thing if we don't have a job.
It has been a joy and pleasure to be a part of history and making in my lifetime, and I just wanted to thank you so much.
In addition to the positive public reception, the Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, and the Labor Minister as well, notes having the communication with the public on the proposals is paramount before proceeding any further.
Grand Bahama is going to be a part of the history that we're making here. We're achieving so much on the labor front.
It was very well received, not only here in Grand Bahama, but also in New Providence. And now we go to the next step. The most important thing in protecting our workers and ensuring that the future of the labor force is secured is the right legislative framework. And I think we're on the right track.
For those who are not able to attend the meeting, the full detailed presentation is available for viewing at departmentoflabor.gov.bs. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Matthew Martinborough.
Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, along with various Bahamian delegates recently returning from the Intra-Africa Trade Fair, or IATF. The event serves as a platform for exploring business and investment opportunities. And the Bahamas was well represented at the Intra-Africa Trade Fair, and the Minister for Grand Bahama, Ginger Moxie, was at the helm representing the Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Brave Davis. Minister Moxie says that the Bahamas is the gateway to the Caribbean and the Americas, and utilizing the platform that Africa uses for trade will put the Bahamas in a great position.
The message really was about global Africa, and global Africa is the diaspora and the economic benefits of the diaspora along with the entire continent through trade. I looked at all of the products that we can collaborate on for the region that is made in Africa, and also the opportunity to value add for products in the Bahamas.
Also at the IATF, the minister shared details about the Afro-Caribbean marketplace set to be developed in the International Bazaar. The project will be the hub for showcasing the best of arts, culture, and festivals for various islands and countries within the region. This initiative, she says, will improve the touristic product of Grand Bahama.
And this marketplace, as I've said before, will be permanent pavilions of 55 African countries, 20 Caribbean countries, 16 islands of the Bahamas. That message was well received. We also did the official signing of the project preparation facility for the development of the marketplace. That involves the feasibility study, the architectural design, environmental impact assessments, and all of that is required for the development of the project.
And still to come.
8 Mile Rock High School celebrates excellence as students are honored for outstanding achievements. That story, sports, and more when we come back.
Step into a life of luxury and convenience with the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card. From earning premium cashback rewards on every dollar spent to enjoying comprehensive travel insurance, shop with confidence, knowing your purchases are protected. Our Platinum Concierge service turns your requests into reality, wherever life takes you. Let the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card be your passport to exceptional experiences. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Dolly Madison is doing it again with a big paint sale. Come on down and save on paint and paint sundry. Everyone wants to spruce things up before the end of the year, and here's your big chance. The sale begins on Monday, October 6th through Saturday the 11th. But that's not all. On Saturday, it will end with a big tent sale. Get up to 85% off anything under the tent. It's a big week at Dolly Madison, October 6th through 11th. Open Monday to Friday, 8 to 6, and on Saturdays, 8 to 5. Dolly Madison.
Save more drugs. We got you. From cosmetics to prosthetics, what you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, the prices you need and deserve. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Inspirational Global Ministries presents the Kingdom Impact Summit 2025, October 16th through 19th, under the theme, Clear the Clutter to Carry the Increase, with Bishop Kermit Saunders, Pastor John Wild Goose Jr., Bishop Bracton Patton, and Psalmist Brindera Brainan and Eden Monroe. The Innovate Agritech initiative is here for Bahamians ages 17 to 25. Learn software development, explore AI, apps, and satellites, and get hands-on training in smart agriculture. Earn while you learn. Apply today at ministryforgb.com.
The Snack Place has the best variety at the best prices, from chips, cookies, and candies to $2 snack bags packed with goodies. Find them in the Sunset Commercial Plaza next to the bicycle shop in Carvel Beach. They're open from Monday through Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. This Sunday at 5 p.m., join the Church of God of Prophecy Seek Great for a Community Heroes Award ceremony, honoring those who have made a lasting impact. Celebrate our heroes and their service to the community this Sunday, October 12th at 5 p.m.
The Grand Bahama Port Authority presents The City Rush, a community junkanoo rush, Saturday, October 11th at 6 p.m. on Explorers Way, featuring the Swingers, Superstar Rockers, Platinum Nights, Classic Dancers, New Generation, plus live music by Money Like Dirt and Solex Music. Admission is free. Edinburgh Napier University, Scotland's #1 modular university, is now recruiting for January 2026. Don't miss the free info session on October 14th at the British Colonial Hotel from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Visit seidegrees.com today. Majestic Trucking and Retails is having a mega sale. Get 12K BTU mini split AC units and 43-inch RCA smart TVs for just $300. Microwaves start at $110, juices from only $80, and so much more. Hurry, it's a limited time offer. They're located in the bonded area. Call 351-3936 or WhatsApp 807-3936 today.
This National Heroes Day, elevate your home with timeless beauty from Grand Bahama Tiles. For 2 days only, Friday, October 10th and Saturday, October 11th, enjoy 20% off store-wide. Discover elegant porcelain, timeless ceramic, and durable natural stone, perfect for every area of your home. Celebrate savings that last a lifetime, only at Grand Bahama Tiles.
Your #1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. In Blue Jay country, leadership isn't just given, it's earned. At the 8 Mile Rock High School Awards and Installation Ceremony, students stepped into roles of responsibility. Principal of the 8 Mile Rock High School notes that the newly minted school leaders are eager to take on the charge as they encourage and empower change among their peers. While Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini, Kingsley Smith, says the Blue Jays are truly soaring to success.
I've told our kids that they are going to have to step up in an extra capacity, because now they are representing the entire Blue Jay community and all of the legacy that comes behind that.
They are the ones who will lead the rest of the student body here at 8 Mile Rock High School.
For the head boy and head girl, they say the position is rooted in purpose and they are ready to lead by example.
I am delighted to serve as head girl of this amazing institution. I have a lot of goals and plans I want to establish for the betterment of this school.
I am excited to serve as head boy for 8 Mile Rock High. I feel like all my hard work has paid off and is still paying off for the future.
Don't allow anyone to stop you from accomplishing your goals. Awesome. What word of encouragement?
And always remember, you are what you say you are and not what they say you are.
While the Kidney Center in Grand Bahama recently receiving a donation of blankets from the Management and Social Club of Castaways Resort and Suites, Housekeeping Supervisor Dacman Butler Pearson says that the donation was their way of showing gratitude to the staff of the Kidney Center for their continued commitment to the community.
Every year we'd want to start giving out a donation to the community, just thanking them and appreciating them. And for that reason, we have chosen the Kidney Center. This is our first time doing it, and we intend to do it again.
Social worker at the Kidney Center, Kashia Morris, says this donation could not have come at a better time as patients prepare for the colder months ahead.
We are delighted to be able to receive the blanket here for our patients. When the patients are receiving dialysis, the dialysis unit is cold back there, so we're happy that Castaways and their management team would have donated them to us so that we could present them to the patients who may need that extra warmth, especially as the months are getting colder now.
Well, the Public Hospitals Authority's mental health team is painting the town green this October 10th in recognition of World Mental Health Day. Consultant psychiatrist Dr. Daphne Adderley-Sands says that this year's theme, Access to Mental Health, serves in catastrophes and emergencies, highlights in the need for support in times of crisis. She adds that the goal is to break down the stigma that still surrounds mental health and remind the public that it's okay to not be okay.
This theme highlights the importance of not just concentrating on the community, but also those of the professional workers that respond during these mental health issues. An example, hurricane, which we just had a near hurricane just the week past. And so we always concentrate on communicating with the people in the community, but then what happens to the police officers or the fire workers or the first responders, the rescuers, the doctors?
Officials say a number of initiatives are also being rolled out to commemorate the theme and raise awareness across the community.
For the 10th, we will have an activity in the foyer of the hospital where we're going to hand out some brochures as well as a bit of trinkets, just bringing awareness to the Mental Health Day. And throughout the week, we'll be visiting different establishments, bringing awareness to Mental Health Day and the theme. And so if they need help, we're there to help them.
A weekend of purpose, faith, and opportunity is on the agenda as Bahamas Faith Ministries International prepares to host its 2025 Youth Alive Conference. The event aims to encourage spiritual growth in the youth while creating a space for transformation.
It was designed to create a platform for youth to encourage their purpose, their vision, and to create leaders.
It has changed my life a lot. I've been going since I turned 13, so it's created an area where I feel so comfortable to worship God that I don't care about who's around me or who's watching me.
The conference includes a unique collaboration with the Grand Bahama Port Authority through its SEED program, where participants can get hands-on entrepreneurship training. Meanwhile, board member for the Port Authority, or the Port Lakaya Marketplace rather, says Youth Alive is a welcomed event to the location. Now, of course, Youth Alive begins on Friday, October 10th and runs through the weekend. A highlight of concerts set for Saturday night, and the event is free and open to the public. That's a look at stories making news. Jay, what's happening in sports?
Coming up in sports, a new softball league set to launch this weekend, right in time for the Grand Bahama Games, Rico.
All right, sounds exciting. That's coming away next, but first, a check on the local weather forecast.
Here at Island Bedding, we provide Bahamians a local option for factory direct quality sleep products. We have also expanded to include a range of furniture and home accessories. Check out our new living room pieces, including sectional, TV stands, accent tables, and more. Come on down to Island Bedding and feast your eyes on prices you have to see to believe. Located at number 5 Queens Highway, across from Caribbean Veterinarian.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Grand Bahama. Are you ready to rush? It's
celebration of 70 years of the City of Freeport, the Grand Bahama Port Authority presents the City Rush. Downtown Freeport comes alive on Saturday, October 11th at 6 p.m. sharp. Get ready for an explosion of culture, color, and music as the island's top junkanoo groups take to the streets with electrifying energy. Best of all, it's free. What? That's right, it's free. Bring your family, bring your friends, and come to be a part of history as we celebrate our city's legacy together. Don't miss it. The City Rush, Saturday, October 11th, downtown Freeport at 6 p.m.
It's going down. MD's Entertainment and DJ Future present Ballers in Bikinis. Cool effect. It's all going down at Pirates Cove. Saturday, October 11th, live in concert. DeMarco.
I love my life.
Special guest DJ and host, DJ Future. Special guest DJs, Lil Magic, Firebuds, Just Right DJs, Mix Up in DJ Sticks. Early bird tickets, general admission $30, VIP $60. Ticket locations, Fluid Factory and LYS Sportswear. It's all going down October 11th at Pirates Cove. See you there.
This National Heroes Day, elevate your home with timeless beauty from Grand Bahama Tiles. For 2 days only, Friday, October 10th and Saturday, October 11th, enjoy 20% off store-wide. Discover elegant porcelain, timeless ceramic, and durable natural stone, perfect for every area of your home. Celebrate savings that last a lifetime, only at Grand Bahama Tiles.
Strength isn't claimed, it's built. At Heroic Concrete, every block is made with purpose, crafted to protect, poured to endure. From ready-mix to premium 8-inch blocks, we supply the strength our nation needs. Proudly made in Grand Bahama, built for hurricanes, built for legacy. Creating products to bring value to our lives and strength to our future. Call 820-4376 or email sales@heroicgrouplimited.com.
At Save More Drugs, we got you. We got what you want. We got what you need. We got what you came for. The quality you expect. The prices you need and deserve. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports Top and Soft. Sports softball action set to begin this Saturday, October 11th, with the Girls Like Diamond Fall Mini Softball League. The league will feature a 10-game regular season schedule for 13 and under and 16 and under girls throughout Grand Bahama. League founder Oscar O.J. Green says games will be played at the Merrill Baseball Park right off Queens Highway, beginning at 3 p.m.
Gonna run for about 5-6 weeks during this fall time right now to get the girls ready with some games. We're going to get started on Saturday, and we're going to play some games throughout the whole weekend into the holiday. We're going to have 2 age groups. We're going to have the 13U age group, and we're going to have the 16U age group. So the girls going to be competing in some fast pitch accent against we have like 2-3 teams in the 13U, and we have 2 teams in the 16U.
From the field to the volleyball court, high school volleyball action continued with boys play over at St. George's Gym. LIS took down Sister Mary Patricia Russell in 3 sets, 9-17, 17-9, and 15-8.
In the first set, we came out, it wasn't all the best, but in the second and third set, we destroyed them. We were over here stressing out about our next games because we came off a loss from BMES. So it's going to affect us dramatically.
The other junior boys game had Tabernacle winning against Summit Heights. The Falcons won set 1 9-17, but dropped the second set 17-13 before winning the third set 15-12.
I feel that we played very well. We started off very rough at the start, but we prevailed and we actually respected our school and promoted it by winning this game for our school. And we hope to continue winning and go on to the championship and win that for them as well.
Now in senior boys play, Tabernacle won against Summit Heights in 3 sets. And that's your quick check on sports. Your Facebook friend of the day is next. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
Save more drugs, from cosmetics to prosthetics. What you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, vitamins you need, and prescriptions you came for. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
This National Heroes Day, elevate your home with timeless beauty from Grand Bahama Tiles. For 2 days only, Friday, October 10th and Saturday, October 11th, enjoy 20% off store-wide. Discover elegant porcelain, timeless ceramic, and durable natural stone, perfect for every area of your home. Celebrate savings that last a lifetime, only at Grand Bahama Tiles.
Welcome to Yours and Mine's Fashion, where we carry a vast variety of products. We have fragrances from Dubai, we have the originals, we have Bath and Body Works, we have candles, you name it, we've got it. We also have a few of the handbags, we have scarves, we have body oils. Any occasion, we are here for you. Whether it's birthday, wedding, anniversary, or just I love you. We have it. We are here to please. We are located at the Raving Mall. Our hours are 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Phone number 808-3710. Come and check us out. We're waiting to please you.
Get a jump on your health and fitness goals with the Fitness Connections Transformation Challenge. We've already helped hundreds of people get closer to their health.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, business mogul Sebastian secures a huge endorsement as he moves one step closer to frontline politics. Plus, what led to a woman apparently ending her own life, now the focus of an intense police investigation. And the University of the Bahamas prepares for international accreditation journey. Find out what that entails. The Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. A busy afternoon at the Progressive Liberal Party headquarters as scores of supporters gathered at the site. It was there that several candidates vying for the party's nod in the upcoming general election appeared before the Candidates Selection Committee. Corville Pyfrom was there and tells us this quickly became a one-man show. Corville?
Well, Kushla, this process, normally a quieter aspect of the campaign journey, is meant to be the final stage in the road to securing the party's nomination. And while at BLP headquarters today, several hopefuls showed up to be interviewed by the Candidate Selection Committee. It was only one candidate stealing the show.
Our family member, Sebastian, a proven businessman, a visionary leader, someone who cares for the people and cares for this country.
By the crowd gathered outside PLP headquarters Thursday afternoon, it looked more like this was nomination day, but it wasn't. And when Fort Charlotte aspiring candidate businessman Sebastian finally emerged from the candidates interview process inside, it sounded more like a victory party. It wasn't.
I'm just happy that I have it behind me now. I think it's evident from the support out here that the choice should be clear, but even if I'm not selected, I will still support whoever is.
Bastien, an accomplished businessman, told reporters it's those very skills and his ability to delegate responsibilities that he looks forward to using as a representative.
Edson, I have over 20 companies and I'm only the CEO of one. I didn't build my businesses by myself. I have more than competent teams to try continuity in those businesses. I'm here to serve. I have a higher purpose now and I'm going to focus on that.
Also appearing before the Candidates Committee, Long Island hopeful Renika Knowles.
Long Islanders are very ambitious, self-resilient, and they need persons who are actually going to go and get the work done.
By the way, a ringing endorsement today from the current Fort Charlotte MP and the man that Bastien is hoping to replace on the PLP's ticket, Alfred Sears. Now, there's no specific timeline for when the committee will make its final decisions, but the process is expected to be adjudicated quickly. Mokushla.
Well, thanks, Corvell. Now, Alfred Sears' endorsement of Bastien as his successor in the Fort Charlotte constituency comes as the Boundaries Commission worked feverishly to finish up its report, which Deputy Prime Minister, the Honourable Chester Cooper, recently admitted has been delayed. Opposition MP Adrian White is hoping, though, that once completed, the report pleases all candidates. For his part, White says he's satisfied with his constituency, as is confident it will remain an F&M stronghold.
The decision's really taking too long. I don't think the public has any doubt why and what the present government is up to, even though it's under the parliamentary registrar. But the F&M has a strong seat in St. Anne's. When Perry Christie last changed the boundaries, which was the last time the boundaries were changed, to me it seemed like they put every single polling division that would ultimately come out as an F&M polling division into one seat. That's why you see St. Anne's as a massive constituency running through parts of Fox Hill, running through parts of Camperdown, runs all the way around along the coast of Yamacraw.
Well, 4 months into the new fiscal year and the government's lauding an economic achievement that the Minister of Finance says lends to more relief and more results for Bahamians. Alda Munnings has that story.
According to Ministry of Finance statistics, the Bahamas achieved a 0.5% fiscal deficit for the budget year ending June 30th, 2025. This result is within the government's target range of 0.3 to 0.7% and represents an improvement from the 13.7% deficit recorded in 2021. Minister of Finance, Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis, says the achievement is about more than balancing the books, but rather delivering results that make life better for Bahamian families, stressing that every dollar saved on debt is a dollar that can go towards schools, hospitals, family islands, and helping Bahamian families meet the cost of living. During his 2025-2026 budget communication this past May, Prime Minister Davis disclosed that the government's fiscal performance for the initial 9 months of the fiscal year showed a 16.6% decrease in the deficit to $178.9 million, which accounted for 1.1% of nominal gross domestic product compared to 1.4% in the previous year. And in dollar terms, the deficit in the previous year was $214.4 million. He reiterated that since his administration assumed office, the fiscal deficit has followed a consistent downward trajectory. The Bahamas, the Prime Minister assured, is back on stable ground, and the tough choices made to protect the economy are paying off. He added that his government remains focused on responsible financial management while connecting fiscal progress to sustainable development, stating that government's fiscal policy also drives protecting the environment and preparing for the future. Reporting in studio for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Alta Munnings.
Thanks, Alto. All business in the afternoon session of the House of Assembly's proceedings yesterday as legislators got down to work tabling several bills and proceeding with the first reading of a bill first passed more than 20 years ago. As Lloyd Allen tells us in this next report, what's on the table is touted as a returning point for the country in protecting the digital privacy of Bahamians.
The Data Protection Bill is being hailed as a timely piece of legislation. Prime Minister, the Honourable Philip Davis, pointing to its relevance, noting that much has changed since the landmark bill was introduced back in 2003 throughout the region. Explaining the content of the bill, the Prime Minister says it seeks to enshrine provisions to protect personal data and build on empowerment, trust, and innovation.
We want to empower our people. to give every resident more control over their personal information. We want to build trust between consumers, businesses, and the government by setting out clear and transparent rights, rules, and obligations. And we want to encourage innovation by giving data controllers and companies the clarity they need to operate responsibly, confidently, and fairly.
Spanning e-commerce, artificial intelligence, and fintech, the bill also allows more autonomy on personal data.
They'll be able to access their data, correct it, or even have it erased if it is no longer needed. In certain instances, they can object to how it's being used.
This component, he says, essentially lays the framework for legal recourse on instances of misused data, as well as it protects vulnerable groups like children, the elderly, or those unable to protect themselves. Biometric and genetic information also now included in the personal data definition, with the overall rollout set over the course of years.
The intention is not to blindside the business community overnight. To make sure that the new system works effectively, we will be strengthening the Office of the Data Protection Commissioner, giving it the tools, the staff, and the authority it needs to effectively do its job and enforce the Act.
The goal is to mount a series of education campaigns and forums to prepare local businesses and individuals for the implementation of the new data protection bill. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
In related news, there's now a way the public can get up-to-the-minute news and emergency alerts right at their fingertips. The Department of Information and Communications Technology today launched its Bahamas News and Emergencies app at Super Clubs Breezes. Officials say along with news items, Bahamians will be able to share their opinions through interactive polls. The app was created by developer Code Aegis, and according to Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Economic Affairs, Wade Watson, Phase 2 is already in the works.
I urge all Bahamians to get registered today. In a world where timely information is crucial, this tool will empower our people, ensuring that you are informed and prepared no matter the circumstances or the situation. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take this opportunity to extend heartfelt gratitude to our key stakeholders, including the Department of Information and Communications Technologies, the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, the Bahamas Information Services, the Disaster Risk Management Agency or Ministry and their team, the Royal Bahamas Police Force.
Director of the Department of Information and Communications Technology, Charlene Lang, calls the app a game changer.
Today, we are very proud to celebrate the Bania app, a true game changer in how we access and share important national information. This app is designed to bring ease of centralization to everything we need to know, especially when it comes to emergency events and critical national updates.
Well, we now turn our attention to Junkanoo following the news that the JCMP will mount its own private Junkanoo parades. That is, if the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture does not reverse its decision. The ministry decided to allow the National Junkanoo Committee to manage the parades following a vote of 19-2 against the Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence. However, the JCMP is giving the minister at least 4 more days to cancel that decision or face a move that could very well result in two boxing and New Year's Day parades. The JCMP says it also stands to lose over $700,000 as a result of the ministry's decision based on its commitments, which include key sponsors. Now, regarding the Junkanoo poll, the JCMP says that process was conducted without including all Junkanoo groups on the island of New Providence. Well, opposition leader Michael Pintard's calling for an improved system for Junkanoo amid controversy over the government's decision to transfer control of the National Junkanoo Parades from the JCMP to the National Junkanoo Committee. Pintard reasons that this decision to shift control is politically driven and risk dividing the Junkanoo community. He went as far as to ask for a national conclave in January to address long-standing issues and to discuss changes to the proposed Junkanoo Authority bill, but only if Junkanooers lead the way.
Junkanoo is one of the greatest expressions of Bahamian identity, and it's rooted in our community. It's fueled by our passion as a people, and it's been protected by many generations of committed Junkanooers, practitioners. It belongs to no government, no politician, no political party. It belongs to the Bahamian people, especially those who have built, sustained, and protected it for generations.
Coming up, an apparent suicide under investigation. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
Step into a life of luxury and convenience with the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card. From earning premium cashback rewards on every dollar spent to enjoying comprehensive travel insurance, shop with confidence, knowing your purchases are protected. Our Platinum Concierge service turns your requests into reality, wherever life takes you. Let the Commonwealth Bank Platinum Card be your passport to exceptional experiences. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
KFC fill-up box, serving 6 juicy pieces of chicken, 4 buttery biscuits, crispy fries to share, and 12 premium original recipe KFC nuggets, all packed into one crave-worthy box. So dig in and do whatever the crunch you want with the KFC fill-up box. Only at KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Hello, bonjour, hola, hello, ciao.
No matter where your passport takes you, BTC roaming keeps you effortlessly connected. Enjoy seamless calls, lightning-fast data, and affordable roaming across the globe. No SIM swaps, no stress. Just one network, working everywhere. So go ahead, explore the world, and still be just a call away from home.
All we means collective hope.
Togetherness.
Sharing resources, you're sharing energy, and you're sharing a common goal.
All we means community.
We jamming.
A shared history.
Coming together to share their ideas.
All we is one family. All we is one. The journey that we share.
Stronger together.
A perpetual collaborative effort that's built on community. That's what all we means to me.
Wait, what you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. Yeah, bro. Special on all the large 1 topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Hey, VAT included, boy.
I need the $10 special place.
How many of them would you like?
20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it? The Marcos got that deal, boy.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Edinburgh Napier University, hosting a special recruitment event at the British Colonial Hotel on October 14th. Now recruiting for the January 2026 semester.
You're looking at a shot there of a Junkanoo practice on the parking lot of the Thomas Robinson National Stadium. That shot courtesy of our drone pilot, Kyson Miller. Welcome back. A close-knit community left shaken following a horrifying discovery early this morning. Fern Carey has the details.
Members of the Rastafarian camp off Fayetteville Road are mourning the loss of a longtime female member of that community who was found dead there Thursday morning. Police Press Liaison Officer Chief Superintendent Sharia King said a member of the camp made the shocking discovery just before 8 o'clock and notified police. She said the woman's death is being considered an alleged suicide at this time.
Officers responded and discovered an adult female in her early 30s who is a resident of this area, hanging from an outside work shed. Both Madam Coroner as well as the pathologist visited the scene, and investigation into this matter continues.
The chief superintendent urged family members to conduct wellness checks on their relatives who may be having difficulties in life. Her comments come amidst an uptick in suicides and attempted suicides in the country in recent times.
This is concerning to us. Every matter of this type is concerning to us, and we ask that those persons that are going through a difficult time to reach out to a trusted individual, a pastor, a police officer, a counselor, and ask for assistance. But I also like to urge to the family members, you may see family members in trouble, in distress, struggling. Reach out to them.
Ambassador Rithman McKinney of the Ethiopia Black International Congress said the deceased lived in the camp for some 20 years and was the mother of 2 teenaged children. He described her as a guiding light who was active in youth programs, often teaching young people about the Rastafarian faith. The community leader noted, however, that in recent months she did not appear to be her usual self.
The last 3 years, I think, from my understanding, she didn't make a trip to Haiti, and when she came back unstable for the last 3 years. But her movement, her activities inside the yard was pretty okay. She had no problem at all. Everyone knows she had like a little off sometimes. Sometimes she talk off, but I think that happened for the last 3 years. But she was active, going to the church, coming to celebration. So this is a total surprise to us.
An autopsy will be performed to determine the exact cause of her death. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
On another news tonight, some public servants not the only ones wrestling labor issues. A social media post cites unfit working conditions, wages in arrears, along with grievances with management over at the cricket club on West Bay Street. Commenting on the allegations, Labor Minister the Honourable Pio Glover-Roll says an investigation is underway and that a report is being compiled with the goal of resolving the matter.
The Bahamas Department of Labor has a rapid response unit, and as complaints come in, we have social media platforms, we have phone lines, and of course there's walk-in. We have a whistleblower programs. Mediation happens based on what is discovered, and that can be any range of things. But of course we always make sure that we are aligning our organizations, our employees, with the law of the land.
Mr. Glover-Roll also assuring that there's now a good balance at Normanski this month after an immigration raid following claims of the developer violating the law.
Foreign laborers that have been returned to their place of origin, and the Bahamas Department of Labor continues to work with the Normanski management and staff to ensure that there are good and sound industrial relations there.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
For every shape-up, after-school activity, unplanned home repair, and other day-to-day spending, there's SandDollar. SandDollar is a convenient way to send and receive money instantly. SandDollar is easy to use. It's safe and secure. Just like physical cash, SandDollar is issued by the Central Bank of the Bahamas. And best of all, there are no fees for individuals to send or receive funds. Download a SandDollar-enabled digital wallet and enjoy the benefits of the digital Bahamian dollar. Spend it locally. Transfer it to and from a local bank account or convert it to and from physical cash. Learn more at www.sanddollar.bs.
During Little Caesars Carnival of Specialties, you're gonna want to try everything. Like wearing a Balloon Man costume?
Or turning into a tuba?
No! Like trying all the varieties from the Carnival of Specialties at a special price for a limited time, only at Little Caesar.
For just $13 VAT inclusive, get it now at Little Caesars Oaksfield, Carmichael Road, East Street South, Charles Saunders Highway, and Prince Charles in the One East Plaza.
Pizza. With my Freedom 15, I always get the latest. That's a cop.
With My Freedom 15, I never miss the Facebook drama.
With My Freedom 15, I can call my friends on the Alive network at any time. Girl, you calling me again? Yes, and I have 100 free minutes to call the U.S. and Canada, so you know.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
This portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
A candidacy committee appointed by the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges set to visit the University of the Bahamas during its Charter Week next month. The upcoming site visit seen as a significant step in UB's journey toward international accreditation. UB President Dr. Robert Blaine III shared the news to faculty, students, and staffers during a special called meeting. An accreditation site visit is critical to the evaluation process as it helps determine whether an institution meets the standards of quality and effectiveness that's required to actually become a candidate for accreditation. Now, to guide preparations for the upcoming visit, an accreditation champions work group has been appointed comprising representatives from across the university. Meantime, the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute, or BTVI, has reached a major milestone, earning its international accreditation, a move its president says positions the tertiary institution and its graduates to compete on a global stage. West Alex Forbes takes it from here.
In a one-on-one interview following the announcement that the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute, BTVI, has earned its international accreditation, President Dr. Linda Davis said the institute's new status comes at a critical time for workforce development in the Bahamas.
We are at a juncture in terms of workforce development that it demands a certain level of credentialing and certification. If we are going to function in a space that is competitive, not only nationally, but internationally, regionally and internationally, we've got to make sure that when we say we have a graduate, that graduate is comparable to anyone else anywhere in the world.
Whilst the international recognition marks a significant stride forward, Dr. Davis said there is still more work to be done.
Now, as NACOB builds capacity, they will be moving into the space of accreditation. And so there are some nuances nationally. They want to make sure that they're interfacing with the needs of the country, they're interfacing with the public service requirements, and hopefully I envision in another 8 to 12 months, we may even move into the realm of having a national qualifications framework, which we don't currently have.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Wes Alex Forbes.
Well, it may not be Entertainment Friday, but something's brewing over in Access Now. Royston and Marlena are here to tell us about us.
That's right, Makusha. We have representatives from Sting in the building tonight as the group is celebrating 25 years of being together.
Absolutely. 25 years, I think, is the silver, right? A quarter century?
The silver, yes.
I think 70 is like diamond.
Yeah.
But, Kush, I got to ask you, who is your Junkanoo group going into Boxing Day, New Year's? I've never asked you that before.
The Valleys.
Ooh, the Valley? Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Any part of the Valley. Valley, the Big Valley. The Valley.
Any valley.
The Valley, any valley.
I like it.
We're all in agreement then.
And if all else fails, I wouldn't say all else fails, Sting. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report continues after this.
Diet-friendly special.
A digital wave is making its mark across the Bahamas. From Grand Bahama to Anagua, Bahamians are embracing smarter ways to pay. The Pay Fast, Live Digital campaign, launched by the Central Bank of the Bahamas and the Clearing Banks Association, is bringing safe, fast, and convenient payment solutions to every island, from online banking to mobile wallets.
We had an incredible turnout, so it gave us an opportunity to have a conversation that they can also be a part of and appreciate.
Remember, people over 60 and around 60, the fear that you talk about, we understand, and we have persons to be able to assist with that.
I learned that digital banking is going to be one of the biggest ways that us as Bahamian kids will benefit in the future.
It has to start somewhere, and this is a good start.
We're empowering communities, one town hall at a time, for families, for businesses, for you. Let's live digital.
Things may be tough, but Wendy's got you covered. Grab a day single or chicken sandwich with a junior fries and 16-ounce beverage for just $6.95. Why choose less from the other guys when you can get more? At Wendy's, we're providing bigger bites and better deals. So purchase your Tings Tough Value Meal today. Now available at all locations, excluding the airport and food truck.
It's time now for your first look at the tropics, brought to you by the Disaster Risk Management Authority. And we continue to monitor Tropical Storm Jerry. And as of 5 o'clock, Jerry was some 165 miles to the east-southeast of the northern Leeward Islands. It's moving towards the west-northwest at about 18 miles per hour. Maximum sustained winds unchanged, still at 65 miles per hour, and we anticipate that sharp turn towards the north, and that should take care of this system by tomorrow. And as that continues to move towards the north, we will see some intensification taking place, and that hurricane intensity could happen by late tomorrow afternoon. But there's another area we are watching, and this is just to the north of the Bahamas, and we anticipate that an area of low pressure will form by tomorrow and then move towards the north and away from the Bahamas. And elsewhere throughout the tropical Atlantic, tropical cyclone development is not expected over the next 7 days. Markushla.
Well, thanks, Basil. And that does it for the National Report. But stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
Good to grow. Keeping you in the know. Keeping you in the know. God, that's good enough to eat, that is good to grow. It's good enough to eat, that is good to grow.
It's a proud moment at T.A. Thompson Junior High School, where students are harvesting more than just crops. They're growing a passion for agriculture. The school's farm, known for its sustainable practices and hands-on learning, has been nominated for the prestigious School Farm of the Year at the Agrarian Awards 2025. Agriculture science teacher Carla Melbourne says the program's success comes from a unique blend of classroom theory and real-world experience.
The program here is really students' involvement. We like to keep the students involved and engaged, so we even have a classroom set up outside so that when we are outside, we're teaching them as they're having their hands in the soil. We're also teaching them what they're doing. So we let them know what the tools do, what plants we're growing, what are quick crops, what are long-term crops, what are leafy crops, what are bulbs. So we teach them hands-on experience as we teach them the book experience. So it's really interactive.
Her fellow teacher, Junior Ortiz, adds that student enthusiasm and teamwork have played a big role in the program's growth and this national recognition.
Yeah, they are really excited to be here because they enjoy every activity they do in the garden. So they learn everything about plants, not only plants, but else animals. And they know how to take care of plants and take care of animals too. So when they see the final product, they are really excited.
T.A. Thompson Farm produces a variety of crops, all managed by students who take pride in their work and understand the value of agriculture to the country's future. The teachers say they're grateful for the nomination, and it inspires more young people to get involved in the agricultural sector.
We feel very honored because we really have a good time with the students when we're outside. You know, because I tell the girls, I say, I wear a skirt, I'm outside. I love the heat, I wear tennis. You guys can come in, and then they come outside and they do it too. They follow my example because I'm outside practically all day sometimes. Like today I was parked right over there outside, you know, so they learn that you need sunshine. You actually need to sweat. And we tell them, bring some clothes that you could sweat in. Change your clothes and come in and just enjoy yourself. And some of the students actually just come just to be outside because they just want to be outside. So it's an experience like that, too.
The winner of the School Farm of the Year will be announced at the Agrarian Awards ceremony on October 18th at the Atlantis Paradise Island Resort. Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Leah Cooper.
International Day of the Girl Child is coming, and Anne-Marie Davis is a part of the celebration at Windsor School. It's all about girl power.
And the constituency of Tall Pines is getting a pool, so that's something to look forward to on these hot days.
Plus, residents of the Children's Emergency Hostel are a little bit happier as the Kiwanis Club of Over the Hill put a smile on their faces. Stay close for that.
And coming up in sports, BAISS baseball season in full swing.
Bahamas Tonight Access Now starts now.
American author and pastor John C. Maxwell says a good leader's courage to fulfill his vision comes from passion, not position. Good evening, I'm Royston Jones.
And I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now.
Marlena, tomorrow is World Health Day, so it's all about raising awareness of mental health issues around the world and sensitizing people, of course, to those issues.
That's right. World Mental Health Day provides an opportunity for all stakeholders working on mental health issues to talk about their work and what's needed to make mental health care a reality for people worldwide.
Absolutely. We can all do our part sometimes simply by being kind to one another. You never know what someone might be going through, so just something to think about as we dive right into the news. This one is for all the girls from a special group of female students who celebrated the upcoming International Day of the Girl Child with intention and style. Here's our stylish Daniel Dean with the story.
We are girls, we are powerful, we are strong.
The perfect declaration for girls in the Bahamas as countries all across the globe prepare to celebrate International Day of the Girl Child. The 7th to 12th graders of Windsor High School's Girl Empowerment Club rallied together before classes Thursday to celebrate sisterhood.
For the Girl Empowerment Club, we try to get all the girls together because as a community, we're stronger together. So we have meetings often doing based on events that we're planning on doing to uplift girls.
These 11th graders are avid golfers and talk about the pressures that come with being girls in sports.
Being a student athlete, especially as a girl, it can be a lot harder.
I've been striving for, working towards a scholarship my whole life, and I just accepted one, so it just means an awful lot to me.
And while thriving athletically has been a major goal for these girls, special guest, wife of the Prime Minister, Anne-Marie Davis, detailed some of the limitations placed on others in different parts of the world.
Some young ladies, some girls are not allowed to attend school. And you know what that does? It limits their opportunities and it limits them from becoming fully empowered.
9th grader Layla Marie Bryce says she sees girlhood as the greatest honor.
As we live in a male-dominated world, we want women to feel more and to do more, lead more, and it's just great to see it being done here at Windsor and it being voiced and recognized through these very empowering ladies in the club. I'm just so grateful to be a part of it.
International Day of the Girl Child is Saturday, October 11th. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, Access Now, I'm Danielle Dean.
Thanks, Danielle. Well, residents of the Tall Pines constituency are set to make a splash with the official opening of a brand new community pool as the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture joins forces with the Ministry of Health and Wellness in a long-awaited addition aimed at giving young people a safe and positive space to gather. Minister of Health and Wellness, the Honourable Dr. Michael Darville, touted the initiative as marking another step towards promoting health, recreation and youth engagement within the community.
That's the beauty about it. It's not just renovation of a pool, it is partnering with youth sports and culture to assist us with programs, particularly with swimming and a lifeguard, so that elderly residents and from my constituency office, when we do low-impact workouts for residents, we can utilize the pool.
With its grand opening set to be in 12 weeks' time without disruptions, Minister Darville says the pool not only enhances the area, but also provides opportunities for residents and young people to build confidence, learn new skills, and stay active.
I want to thank the residents of Tall Pines for their patience. I've had this sign up here, the park is out of service for almost a year. That has displaced and created some difficulties. Now that we are at this particular point, we will give them what they truly deserve and do it in a magnificent way that would be beneficial, not only to the young people, but all.
Excellent stuff there. The Kiwanis Club of Top of the Hill is continuing its mission to serve the community, this time with a generous donation to the Children's Emergency Hostel. The club presented a check to assist with the hostel's ongoing needs. President of the Kiwanis Club of Top of the Hill said the donation reflects the club's commitment.
Well, right now we are donating a check for $5,000 emergency hostel for 2 bunk beds. We've been contributing over the past couple of years. We've donated so far 8 bunk beds. We did some bathroom facilities and also some fire alarms. This is the place that really need help. So we feel in our hearts and our soul to contribute to them.
General Manager of the Children's Emergency Hostel, Charlene Gibson, expressed heartfelt gratitude on behalf of the staff and children.
It is a much needed donation. We have beds and we do need more beds because we often have a lot of children coming in and out of the hostel, and beds is a necessity. So I want to take this opportunity to thank the Kiwanis Club of Over the Hill personally, from my standpoint as the general manager, from the board of directors of the Bahamas Children's Emergency Hostel and the Department of Social Services, all of the children here and the staff for this donation.
And still to come, Sting Junkunu celebrates 25 years. The man himself, BH, joins us after the break along with Renee Miller. Our Basil Dean is on the other side of the break with weather, so stay close.
Education Minister Glenys Hanna-Martin and several education officials were welcomed by the faculty, staff and students of Eva Hilton Primary School recently. During the special assembly, Minister Hanna-Martin affirmed the students gathered.
With all of the challenges we have in this country and in the world, the one place of hope of progress is in these institutions, in these walls. Sometimes we're swimming against the tide. Teachers, you know that. You're in classrooms, you're facing all kinds of issues in your own reality, and also you see what students some of our students are facing and dealing with. And yet you know that everything you do in these institutions are the hope of change and progress in our country. Not the politicians, you know. I have to be honest with you. We hope that that can happen. But the true hope of change and progress in this nation, the paradigm shift, the new day, comes from the young people of this nation and what you do in instilling in them the values we heard about. Eva Hilton, I wish you the best year ever.
Principal Tamika Adderley touted the accomplishments of the students during the last academic year.
Strong showings in cross-country, baseball, and softball. And now this year, where 82% of our students achieved a GPA of 2.0 or above, that means the majority of you students are proving that excellence is within your reach.
Jonalee McIntosh for Ed Talk.
Hello. Bonjour. Hola. Hello. Ciao.
No matter where your passport takes you, BTC roaming keeps you effortlessly connected. Enjoy seamless calls, lightning-fast data, and affordable roaming across the globe. No SIM swaps, no stress. Just one network, working everywhere. So go ahead, explore the world, and still be just a call away from home.
It's time now for your Access Weather Forecast, and we get you started as usual in the tropics. Tropical Storm Jerry. Yes, taking aim for the northern Leeward Islands. Right now, it's about 175 miles to the east-southeast of the northern Leeward Islands, moving towards the west-northwest at some 18 miles per hour. Now, the maximum sustained winds is unchanged, still holding at 65 miles per hour, but we expect some intensification to take place later on tomorrow, and by tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, it could become a hurricane. But that sharp turn towards the north will certainly keep it well to the east of the Bahamas. And then there's another area we're looking at just to the north of the Bahamas. We anticipate that an area of low pressure will form right here, and that will drag on towards the north, pulling away from the Bahamas, so not a problem there as well. And as we take you to our live weather radar, lots of moisture over the northwest Bahamas, but they are in pockets, and some of those could be locally heavy at times, and that's courtesy of a stall-out front boundary across the area. And your boating forecast tonight in the northwest Bahamas right through Friday. Those winds are going to be east to southeast, 12 to 18 knots. The wave heights 3 to 5 feet with a moderate chop in place. Now, the high tide takes place at 10:16 tonight, another high tide at 10:49 tomorrow morning. And for the central and southeastern islands through Friday, light to variable winds, flat seas 1 to 3 feet over the ocean. As we roll into Saturday in the northwestern islands, the winds become southwest ahead of yet another frontal system that's heading our way. Speeds 12 to 18 knots, wave heights still at 3 to 5 feet. Now, the high tide on Saturday, 11:45 in the morning, with a low tide at 6:18 in the afternoon. And for the central and southeastern islands on Saturday, south to southwest winds picking up a bit, 10 to 15 knots, wave heights at 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Hey! Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Some people never get enough. Just a little bit more. And they don't care if times are tough. Just a little bit more. This step, the more I get, hey, the more I want. Oh yeah, the more I get, the more I want. Children always cry when they want more. Just a little bit more.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. Royston?
You heard that track just a little bit more. Thanks so much, Basil. Representatives from Sting Junkanoo are here with us live tonight in studio. The group is celebrating 25 years.
How does it go? S-T-I-N-G, somebody put the sting on me.
Yeah.
The founder of this amazing group joins us tonight. Bernard Hanna, welcome to Access Now. And Renee Miller also joins us tonight.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Excellent.
It's indeed a pleasure to be here.
Beautiful.
In fact, we are celebrating 25 years of songs, but we were really actually together for 33 years.
Oh, wow.
And that's what I want to ask you about, the rich history of the group, and tell us a little bit about that rich history of the group, how it formed and how it came to be.
Well, it was formed by one person, myself. So for 2 years, I went with myself and with 1 or 2 others. Then came Super and others, and we thought after about rushing with songs done by other artists, we thought about doing our own thing. And therefore we started creating our own song, producing our own music.
Yes.
And that's why as we speak, everybody is asking, what is the song for this year for Christmas? That's when Junkanoo starts, you see.
Yes. Yes.
And the one good thing tonight, we brought Renee. The first time we had a female representing Sting Junkanoo group, they always say we are chauvinists. So therefore, we brought a lady who speaks well, who knows about Sting, and she's a skater.
I was going to say, I had to ask you about that. We always hear about the woman on the skates who never misses a single Junkanoo parade. So that's you. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Listen, at least when I'm on Bay Street, I don't have to worry about getting mowed down by a vehicle. The only thing I have to worry about is the pebbles and the things that drop from the other groups prior to me. But other than that, I love it, I love it, I love it.
How do you keep going? Is it just like the adrenaline? You're almost like in a different world by the time you step out there or skate out there?
Yeah, by the time as you step out, and again, because of the music that we bring to Bay,
that carries you.
The music has a rhythm, and in the rhythm, there's words that create for you the movements that go with the song.
Yes.
So you remember when the Toto's come to your party, we were basically giving out food, and we were having a wonderful time. And so when I get on Bay Street, like I said, it's like a spirit that takes over.
Yeah.
You know, we were asked this morning about us rushing, and do we have practice? Practice for what? The music is so inviting and engaging that you automatically...
It just unfolds.
It just like automatic, like you ever see a kid, a newborn baby, even as they start to walk, you play some jungle music and you see that rhythm, it's the same thing. We have that same spirit. We have that same mannerism.
That's beautiful.
And we take it on B.
Of course, you perform Boxing Day, you perform New Year's, but you do a lot of work in the community as a group as well. And I want you to talk about that if you can, too.
Well, I would just love to say this. That was one of the reasons why I joined Sting.
Yes.
Sting has a deep pocket. We have people from all walks of life that is a part of Sting. And I don't know if you know this, but Sting acronym, Sting is actually an acronym. And it's striving together in national growth. So when you hear striving together in national growth, it causes you to want to understand, well, okay, well, we're striving together as oneness. And so when we do our charitable events, we go to the children's home, and they bus all the kids either to any of the homes that we cater to, and we set out a whole table and spread, and every child gets a gift or two.
That's beautiful.
And then we have a beautiful rush out afterwards.
That's beautiful.
Speaking of rush outs, I know you guys have a big party planned to celebrate your 25 years. So can you tell us a little bit about that before we go, just before we leave, to make sure we can be there? Don't miss it.
Oh, yes, November 1st. November 1st, we're going to have the 5 artists who done the 25 songs. 24 songs.
Yes.
Because the 25th song will be done by these 5 artists.
Collage.
Evening.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So that's the big thing for this year. 5 artists like We Are the World, they'll come on stage. The last thing that will happen that evening will be the 5 artists coming together singing the 25th song.
Yes.
Simply
Something
incredible.
you want to witness.
Yes, we have Stevie S, you have Colin McDonald, you have Dyson Knight, we also have KB, and we have D-Mac. Can you imagine that?
Lineup.
And one more time, when and where?
We're going to have it at the farm, Marshall Road, 8 p.m. All roads lead to the farm. All road leads to the farm. You have to be there. We know there's other things happening that night, but listen, the culture is where it is. We have to always, always do our best to encourage the culture, and so we have to support the culture. So you have to come out and support Sting, S-T-I-N-G.
There you go.
Striving together national growth.
Amen.
Well, Bernard and Renee, thank you so much, and congratulations on Sting's 25th anniversary. All the best with the concert. And it's time for us now to check in with Total Sports to see what's on tap.
BAI says baseball back in full swing. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
It's ball week, we got what you need. Sit back, relax, and come in for a treat. We just wanna make you smile. We will go the extra mile at Baja Retreat Spa.
Come visit us at Baja Retreat Spa on East Bay Street. Contact us at 323-6711 or visit us online on www.bajaretreat.com.
You don't need perfect timing or good luck to save. Just shop the specials at Super Value or Quality Supermarkets. Seabass tuna, 5 ounces, 85 cents. Country Barn mayonnaise, 30 ounces, $3.49. Boneless chicken breast, $2.79 per pound. Russet potatoes, 5 pounds, $3.99. Jacquard vegetable oil, 40 ounces, $4.49. Catch a break whenever you shop the specials at Super Value or Quality Supermarkets.
Join Pastor Gino Jennings for services in Nassau, Bahamas at British Colonial Hotel, 1 Bay Street, Nassau. Services are Friday, October 24th at 7 p.m., Saturday, October 25th at 5 p.m., and Sunday, October 26th at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. Again, the British Colonial Hotel, 1 Bay Street, Nassau. For information, call 267-989-9189.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
Bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong. Ding bang ding. Ding ding dong.
Welcome to your Thursday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports after a slight hiatus due to some inclement weather over the past few weeks. High school baseball resuming here in the capital. The BAIS season now in full swing. Action yesterday over at the Blue Oak playing fields. St. John's Jolly Green Giants facing off with the St. Anne's Blue Waves in senior boys play. This one definitely would be worth the price of admission, going down to the wire in the final inning. The Giants, however, would escape with the 10-9 victory. Post-game, ZNS sports team catching up with the coach of the Blue Waves, who spoke about some of the challenges this season has presented thus far.
Well, unfortunately, this is our first game, which is very deep into the season. I think the previous games were rained out. As you know, we would have been having a lot of rains, and I melted the other day. So that has really impacted us. And obviously, it would have impacted the level and the number of practices we would have had. We had a lot of cancellations in practices. So basically, it's just good to get out now to actually play a game.
Still on baseball, in news from the MLB, the World Series dreams for Bahamian baseball superstar Jazz Chisholm and his New York Yankees have officially been dashed. This after Jazz and the Yanks were eliminated last night by their AL East rival, Toronto Blue Jays, in Game 4 of their American League Divisional Series. The Blue Jays, powered by their star players Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and George Springer, would send the Bronx Bombers packing with a 5-2 win. For Chisholm, he would go 0-3 at the plate with a walk. Now, with their season officially done, a number of questions looming surrounding the Yankees clubhouse. Most pressing, the status of Yankees manager Aaron Boone, and what pieces could they add to the roster to help them get over the hump, as the most storied team in American sports is still in search of their first World Series title since 2009. To the hardwood, mini basketball set to see a revival here in the country. The Island Youth Basketball League, powered by Ballin by the Beach, is set to launch tonight at the Kendall G. Lysak Gymnasium, opening new opportunities for children from K4 through grade 8. With the vision every island, every player, the IYBL will bring together more than 600 young athletes in its pilot season.
Many of us remember when mini basketball first had presence in the Bahamas. It gave young children their first introduction to the game, teaching them the fundamentals in a way that was fun, and stress-wise fun, safe, and accessible. Over time, the momentum slowed. But today, we see it revive through the IYBL. This is more than a restart. It's a fresh foundation for the future of Bahamas basketball.
So in the pilot phase of IYBL, we run 7-week blocks that blend skills, fun, and life lessons. So parents will see progress not in just basketball, but in teamwork and confidence and leadership.
People talk about mini basketball. You know, it's only something that I saw from a distance. But to know that now in 2025, we have an opportunity to bring some of those things of yesterday years to the present and to be able to impact the future generation, I'm excited.
Still in hoops, NBA preseason action last night. Buddy Hield and the Golden State Warriors back on the floor taking on the Portland Trail Blazers. Buddy with a decent showing in his second preseason game, posting 13 points in 16 minutes of game action. Buddy buckets going 5 of 10 from the field and 3 of 6 from behind the arc. Buddy chipping in with 4 boards as well. As for the Warriors, they would escape with the 129-123 win to improve to 2-0 on the preseason. Next up for the Warriors, a rematch of their preseason opener versus DeAndre Ayton and the Lakers. That game will take place on Saturday. And finally, in track news, the second annual Athlos NYC, a women's-only track and field meet featuring some of the fastest competitors in the world, begins tonight. Payment hurdler and world record holder Devin Charlton competing in the women's 100-meter hurdles event set for this weekend. The event was created by Alexis Ohanian, co-founder of Reddit and the husband of tennis legend Serena Williams, in an effort to highlight female track and field year-round as opposed to just during the Olympic cycle. And that's what your sports on this Thursday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing off until tomorrow.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at a service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you could be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk a catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one and the car say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
It's Bahamas' biggest night this November 1st. Join Alliance Promotions, YBE Promotions, Bahamas Ministry of Tourism, and Bahamas Air as they present the Fall in Love 90s R&B Concert Series at the National Stadium Ground. Performing for the first time, Tyrese comes to Bahamas to deliver an unforgettable performance. Also performing R&B sensation Uncle Sam. Get ready for Deborah Cox. The Fall in Love 90s R&B Concert Series, Saturday, November 1st at the National Stadium Ground. Nassau. Tyrese, Uncle Sam, and Deborah Cox. Advance tickets are available now at all Cash and Go locations. Or log on to cashandgobahamas.com. For info, call 242-427-8111 or call 242-357-0116. Be there.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
Here at Solomon's, we don't just believe in great brands. We believe in creating unforgettable memories and celebrating everyday living with you and your family. Every aisle is filled with all you need. A great value with variety and a selection of all your favorite groceries and products. Saving you time and keeping you on a budget. Great food changes everything. Shop at your local Solomon's for food, for family, for you.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, Shop Smart, that's Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
You're looking at a shot of historic Bethel Baptist Church situated there on Bethel Avenue. This shot is courtesy of our drone pilot, Kyson Miller. And instead of catching a flight today, let's catch a boat to Exuma, the island with the prettiest waters in the world. Let's go.
Exuma is taking off quite literally. Major progress is being made on the new Exuma International Airport, and Tourism Minister and Member of Parliament for the area, the Honourable Chester Cooper, says the island's future is looking super bright.
We now see vertical construction. I'm delighted every time I come to see many men on the job. We see steel work. We're almost up to the first floor. I'm really enthusiastic about the progress that we're seeing there. It's more than just an airport. It's really a gateway to the economy of Exuma and the Keys. The people have waited long enough. We thank them for their patience, and the progress is steady and sure.
The multi-million-dollar Family Island Airport Renaissance project is expected to be completed in just 10 to 12 months, putting Exuma firmly on the map.
In about 10 to 12 months, we'll be completed with a 45,000 square feet terminal. I'm excited about it. The airside is already completed. We have brand new runways and taxiways and lightings, drainage, and all of the requisite safety infrastructure that's required. So beyond the terminal, really there's a lot more work in terms of the foundation and the infrastructure that we've seen on the airside, and all of that has been completed. The people of Exuma are pleased.
The Family Islands are getting a much-needed facelift there. Marlena?
Thanks, Royston. Well, Desire Sands was chosen as the beneficiary of the Rose Collection by the Fitness Connection, a cause where all proceeds go directly to the recipient in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Here's Matea Cunningham with the details on Let's Talk Socials.
So today we're highlighting a touching story of community and compassion. Desire Sands was chosen as the beneficiary for the Rose Collection by Fitness Connection, a special initiative created in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, helping to support her on her journey and raise awareness for breast cancer across the Bahamas.
Can you share a little bit about your story and how breast cancer has touched your life?
Yes, so my story is a little bit more sensitive because, like I said, my mother dealt with breast cancer for 8 years and lost the battle in September of 2024, and I was at the forefront with her journey, and I think that was preparing me for my own without me even realizing it. So I've been associated with this disease through persons that I love, so now it hits home because it's right at my front door.
Were there any moments on your journey that gave you unexpected strength or hope?
Definitely. Throughout the entire journey, you know, the mind is a powerful thing, so I always try to remind myself that I have people rooting for me, my son, my family. I have grieving siblings that are still grieving our mother that I feel like they need to see me win, and that alone is where I get my strength from. And the Lord, of course, you know, all praise to Him.
It's really beautiful to see local organizations stepping up in meaningful ways, not just spreading awareness, but making a real difference in someone's life. Moments like these remind us that when we come together, we're stronger, and that hope and support go hand in hand.
When you heard that the Fitness Connection was choosing you as the beneficiary of this year's Rose Collection, what went through your mind?
It was unexpected because I never wanted to share my story. So it touched me to know that what I was trying to keep like a secret, or what I didn't want to talk about, you know, was being recognized. So it was a good feeling.
So congratulations to Desire. And a big shout out to Fitness Connection for continuing to show that giving back truly makes the biggest impact. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Socials. I'm Matea Cunningham, and we'll talk next week.
Yeah, not just good cause, but good quality. I bought my jacket and leggings earlier this week. That jacket snatches you.
Ready for
I'm going back to the tennis dress, too.
You're ready for a solid leg day.
Oh, yeah, tomorrow.
It did look great. And it reminds me to pick up our loops for Loops with Love from Maya Clark. We're going to pick those up as well. That was a powerful story and a very powerful message. That's going to do it for tonight for Access Now. Join us tomorrow for your Access Entertainment with Bahamian Trey, who's about to kick it off for Happy Hour.
And stay tuned for the rundown on leadership with Ahmad Rashad tonight.
Good night, everybody.
In 1953, the United States began using a female name for storms. And by 1978, both male and female names were used to identify northern Pacific storms. This was then adopted in 1979 for storms in the Atlantic Basin. The National Hurricane Center does not control the naming of tropical storms. Instead, there is a strict procedure established by the World's Meteorological Organization for Atlantic hurricanes. There is a list of male and female names which are used on a 6-year rotation. The only time that there is a change is if the storm is so deadly or costly that the future use of its name on a different storm would be inappropriate. These are the names of the storms for the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season. Andrea, Barry, Chantal, Dexter, Aaron, Fernand, Gabrielle, Umberto, Imelda, Jerry, Karen, Lorenzo, Melissa, Nestor, Olga, Pablo, Rebecca, Sebastian, Tanya, Van, Wendy. This public service announcement was brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in conjunction with the Disaster Risk Management Authority.
At Harold One, I'm Ted Jervis, and this is ZNS.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, leaders of all generations, good evening and welcome to the Rundown on Leadership. This is the space where we believe that leadership is not measured by titles or positions, but by the humanity that sustains it. I am your host, Ahmad Ishaq Thompson, and I want to thank you for joining us tonight. We are grateful that you continue to run it down with us week after week. Whether you're joining us on the ZNS TV network via Facebook or YouTube, we thank you for tuning in. Leaders. What we're stepping into this evening is not business as usual. It's leadership that stretches beyond the boardrooms and policies. It's the kind of leadership that gets tested when people are walking through pain you cannot see, carrying losses they can't talk about, and still showing up to lead, serve, and perform. Because the fact of the matter is, leadership is not only about driving results. It's about recognizing the people who produce those results. It's about the courage to create spaces of empathy in a world obsessed with efficiency. It's about leading through life, not just through work. And that's where true leadership begins, when we decide that compassion is not weakness, that empathy is not optional, and that supporting women's health, fertility, and healing is not just a moral choice, it's a leadership mandate. October is observed as Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month, with October 15th observed as Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Day. And it reminds us that behind every title, every uniform, and every task completed with a smile, there are stories of love, of loss, and of longing. And for far too long, these stories have been tucked away, unspoken, unseen, and unsupported. In recent weeks, our nation has been having some difficult but necessary conversations. Minister Miles LaRota made headlines when he said that Bahamians need to have more children to keep National Insurance Board sustainable. And while that may be observed by some as a fair economic concern, it also raises a much deeper question. How do we ask women and families to bring life into a system that often overlooks theirs? Just this week, I attended the Ministry of Labor and Public Service Legislative Reform town hall meeting where leaders discussed issues like extending maternity leave, introducing formalized paternity leave, creating breastfeeding stations in workplaces, and even providing maternity benefits for adoptive parents. These issues aren't side issues, they are leadership issues. They reflect how we value family, empathy, and humanity within our organizations. What I've come to realize is that when companies ignore the health of their employees, they don't just lose those employees. They lose trust, they lose engagement, and they lose the heartbeat of their culture. So tonight, we're looking at pregnancy and loss, among other health issues, through the lens of leadership. The kind that makes room for healing, the kind that listens before it leads, the kind that understands that people are not replaceable assets. They are sacred assignments. Helping us navigate this powerful conversation is a woman who has made it her mission to amplify awareness, advocacy, and action for women's health. Dr. Latazia Stewart, affectionately known by many as Dr. Taz. She's a global fertility women's health strategist and champion for compassion in the workplace with a voice for change. Leaders, tonight we're not just running it down, we are running it deep. Before we go any further, here's what I need you to do for me as you always do. Share this right now. Tag the leaders who think that compassion is weakness. Tag the ones who think empathy does not belong in the workplace. Share it with someone you know needs to learn more about issues like these, because tonight we are proving that leadership without humanity is not leadership at all. It's simply negligence in disguise. This is the kind of conversation that shifts cultures, not just opinions. And trust me, tonight you want to be a part of this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Rundown on Leadership, and your breakthrough is right after this break.
We seem to remember our athletes when they make us proud at the finish line. Throw a jungle parade when they return home, toss them a few dollars, and then forget about them until the next Members time. Of the prestigious Fourth Estate should never sell themselves to any politician. Instead, keep their hands and noses clean in order to publish or broadcast the unadulterated truth. Well, that's how I see it anyway.
Read As I See It, exclusively at ZNSBahamas.com. New articles premiere on Mondays at 9 a.m.
After I was in a plane crash in June 1983, I lost my left arm. I had some good friends, came along, fishing guides. They said, man, we can teach you to fly fish. Exumo. Can you see? Look at it, man. One of the nicest places you want to be in the world. There were challenges learning to cast, learning to put a fly on a leader, learning to tie the different knots for me as a handicapped individual. As a matter of fact, I don't really feel handicapped because I could do everything, man. Anything anybody could do, I think I could do it too. Because with your mindset to do anything, no matter what you are, what you look like, what's happening to you, you can do it. Persons in our positions, it's hard to get fundings and very, very expensive. SBDC would be helpful in regards to help funding people with disabilities. So nothing is impossible if you're disabled, any kind of disability. Put faith in God and trust God. Believe you will overcome.
During Little Caesars Carnival of Specialties, you're gonna want to try everything. Like wearing a Balloon Man costume?
Or turning into a tuba?
No! Like trying all the varieties from the Carnival of Specialties at a special price for a limited time, only at Little Caesars.
For just $13 VAT inclusive, get it now at Little Caesars, Oaksfield, Carmichael Road, East Street South, Charles Saunders Highway, and Prince Charles in the One East Plaza.
Pizza.
Welcome back, everyone. If you're just joining us, you're tuned into the Rundown on Leadership, where we're having one of the most important conversations of the season. Tonight, we are recognizing Pregnancy and Infancy Loss Awareness Month and exploring what compassionate leadership really looks like when life meets the workplace. And joining us now is someone who has been leading this conversation for so long with passion and purpose and a deep commitment to women's health. Dr. Latazia Stewart, as we all call you, Dr. Taz. It's such an honor to have you here with us this evening. Dr. Taz, welcome to the show.
It's a pleasure to be here, Matt. Thank you so much for the invitation to be here tonight.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure. I want us to get right into it, Dr. Taz. Before we go any further, Let's start with the heart, right? You've walked with women and families through some of their most painful moments. What do you wish that leaders understood about pregnancy and infancy loss that often don't?
Yeah. The reality is we're talking about 1 in 4 persons. Let's start there.
Wow.
According to the Center for Disease Control, 1 in 4. So when we think about 25% of individuals who can experience a pregnancy loss, that's a significant number.
Wow.
And so it's important for us to realize this isn't just a small group of individuals that we're talking about that can walk through this journey. And so we need to be more sensitive and have more conversation around these topics.
Indeed. Many people see Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month as something personal or private. They see just the issues of pregnancy and infant loss as private, but why should it matter to leaders and organizations? Why should this topic be something that they're willing to explore and understand more about?
Yeah, well, the first thing is awareness is a leadership tool. I mean, you can't help or fix what you can't see.
Wow.
So if you're not aware that something is happening, if you don't have if you have blindfolds on, are you really tapping into the leadership toolbox of awareness?
Yeah, you said 1 in 4 people,
1 in 4
women have or will experience or have experienced some sort of a loss. That's hard to grapple because there are more than 4 people in the studio right now.
Yes.
Well, not more than 4 women are here. What does it mean for an organization when 1 in 4 of the people on a drive-through window, 1 in 4 people at a corporate office are suffering through something that they don't often talk about? What does that actually mean for the workspace, for that person, for their family? What does that mean? How does that feel?
Well, having been one who've walked through that journey,
wow,
having had my own pregnancy losses, I can share for you that it feels like isolation. Because oftentimes when you show up for work and you're carrying that grief and it's not acknowledged, or there's not been any conversation because maybe you've kept it to yourself, maybe you haven't shared it, but there is no dialogue that it's even an acceptable thing to discuss, you're in this alone.
How do we help leaders who aren't even thinking about this? Like, this isn't a thought to them. This isn't an issue because nobody's talking about it. For instance, in my own family dynamic, Dr. Taz, I have a mother, a grandmother, a sister, aunties,
you have all the ladies.
cousins, who have all been able to give birth. Right? In my own family, I only know of 2 women that had experienced some issues with childhood. One of my family members had several miscarriages and never brought forth a child. Another one had severe fibroids and had difficulty, but still was able to birth 2 children.
Yeah.
What happens when, from a leader's perspective, because not everyone is doing something wrong, some people just don't know. So what happens to the leader that is assuming all is well because you look like all is well, but you're going through living hell? How do we, from the vantage point of seeing sisters and aunties and mummies just have babies just easily, how do we start to think about now the woman that may not have it that easy? How do we frame our minds around that?
We got to start first with education. You know, education is empowerment. And until we begin to have more of the conversation by educating our leaders in our organization, it remains a blind spot. And so then you still have individuals who are showing up for work, but their work productivity is not at the level that it could be. All right, they're not as engaged as they could be. Maybe they even need to take time off. But they're fearful if they bring this conversation to the forefront, then I'm gonna be considered a lesser, employee. I'm not able to do what I need to do. But I can share with you, when you are actually engaging in these type of conversations in the workplace, you will have more loyal employees.
Why is that?
Because people know that you're thinking about them as a human, not just somebody else who's showing up for work.
Not a number, not a case study, not just another cog in the wheel, if you will.
Here's the thing, empathy, people think is just a nice thing to do or to have, right? Or a behavior of some type. But the reality is empathy actually can save you money.
Wow.
It can save you money, and somebody might say, well, how is that possible? The thing is, when you're empathetic to that young lady who may have experienced a loss in the workplace, I can almost assure you, she is going to remember that for a long time. And when things happen at work that may not be going well, she's going to say, you know what, I'm going to stick it out because they recognize me. They know me.
Yeah. Excuse me. But Dr. Taz, we have been raised culturally in this nation. You got to talk some and you got to keep some, right? Ain't nobody business what's going on with you, and keep your mouth shut because people just pray over your baby and all these things. How then do we start to break this cycle, if you will, of knowing when to say something? When should a female say to her employer that she's pregnant but is undergoing some level of difficulty? What should a conversation look like? Who does she go to with that information? Is she talking to her leader, to her HR team, to her CEO? Who does she go to? Where does she start? What do they do once they get the information? What's supposed to happen next?
Yeah. So let's talk about the process, right? And I would invite all leaders to truly look at their processes, if they even have one, for when these things happen. Many, I can tell you, don't. I would be very, very excited to speak with any organization that has a detailed process as to when a woman experiences a loss. What should she do? Most places, they go to the handbook. They want to go look in the handbook. Okay, I just had a pregnancy loss. What do I do? Am I taking a vacation? Am I taking bereavement leave? What am I taking?
Wow.
Right? For a woman who's lost her child, I had a client who I coached just this past summer, lost her baby July 11th. Am I on maternity leave?
Wow.
I don't have a baby in my arms. What does the policy actually say? And when somebody goes through this type of loss, I mean, really it's not empathetic that they have to try and figure this out on their own.
Wow. Go to the portal and see what it says.
Go to the portal. In fact, that was in this situation, it was like, what does the portal say?
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
And do they even qualify for maternity leave? Like, do I qualify for maternity leave since I don't have a
physical baby? Wow.
And so these are things that employees really should be looking at in their handbook and clarifying it. So who should the woman go to first? She really should have that conversation with her leader. Maybe it's a partner who calls and tells the boss, hey, this is what has happened. Some leaders are going to say, I understand. Some leaders are also going to be confused as to, what do I do with this?
Are you calling me?
What?
I only need to shift leader, miss.
What do I do?
What do you want me to do? Wow.
Right? And then guess where else they're going? That leader now is going to the handbook. Which then doesn't really give them any clear guideline on what they should do in these situations.
Wow.
We have to begin auditing our existing policies and processes and procedures so that individuals, when they go through these issues, they're not trying to figure it out on their own. And or their leader, their shift leader, isn't trying to
make something up.
Make something up, because that's exactly what happens. Some of them make some of it up. I mean, I had another client where she said her boss was like, man, just take the time.
Wow.
You know, because he was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Yeah. So is there a body that we can go to and say, listen, we want to reform our policy on so-and-so. Where do we start? Is there a body of knowledge, a school of thought that organizations can go to and say, listen, we want to be consulted by, we want to see, well, we know we don't have the policy in place. We just know that if a woman gets pregnant, she's supposed to have the baby, and if she does, she goes to maternity leave. Give us your letter of confinement, and then the baby you do. So where should people go? What's the first place to start if they want to reform their policies and figure out now where should we go next?
Yeah. So the Society for HR Management, I think they do have some content related to women's health in the workplace. I've seen just a little bit of that there. But I also, you know, in my services, provide consultation to organizations that go through these issues. You know, like, where do I go? What do I look at? Because really, in most cases, it's a blind spot for many leaders.
It's one of those things that you didn't know until you had to know. And then it's so unfortunate that this is the time when this person is going through such a horrific time in their life. They don't have the space to think this thing through.
No.
They're suffering.
They're suffering.
I worked in an organization, Dr. Taz, where an employee carried a baby to term. She went to have the baby, and the baby was stillborn. So she gave birth to a dead baby. She didn't know what she should do. The company didn't know what to do, but the leader in HR, I'm not sure if it's because she was female or just that she was a compassionate person, thought, what should we do? It doesn't matter that there's something to do or not, but what should we do in this moment? Should she be allowed to mourn the death of a child on maternity leave? Should she be able to mourn the death of a child on bereavement leave? Is this compassionate leave? Is this vacation? Should she be forced to use benefit time that she didn't apply for because she couldn't control what happened to her body? This is the kind of conversation that HR leader was having with that executive team. And then the decision was made, we have never had this before. Should it happen again, we believe we would want to honor the maternity leave.
Yes.
Give the person the option to say, I only need so-and-so, but you know what? You gave birth to this child, whether, in this case, it's just unfortunate that the baby didn't live, but take your maternity leave. And they paid her.
Yes.
I'm not sure that organizations in our nation right now would even know to even have that level of conversation with somebody else. How, and then to be the employee dealing with this, to be the employee that everybody saw carry this baby to 9 months. No baby shower, no picture of the baby. Like, how do then we now start to have the workplace conversation? Because you have to now have sensitivity training with the employees, but say, don't ask nothing about this baby because it's, how do we do this, Dr. Taz?
We have to start being proactive.
Wow.
So right now we're having the conversation, and there are some leaders right now who may be watching this and being like, oh my goodness, I didn't know. Like, what do I do? Really, what do I do with this? Don't wait until it happens, because we've already given the statistics.
1 in 4 people in your office right now.
It's unfortunate.
Either have experience or will experience.
Or will experience it. Don't wait for it to happen. Act now. Be proactive. Begin having the sensitivity workshops and trainings so that individuals, when it happens, don't find themselves in an awkward position. Because the thing is, it's not just happening for that person who's going through it. It's also happening for their colleagues around them who now are like, oh my goodness, she lost a baby. I had a teacher, one of our government school teachers who experienced a loss last summer. She lost both of her twins, stillborn. And, you know, when she returned to work, there was the sip that she heard in the hallway as she was walking by, and they're like, are they really talking about what happened to me? One of her leaders, she said, was empathetic, but the other one was stone cold. But it really, I think, goes to what do they have as a guideline? What type of training are we providing them? What kind of guidance? Because a lot of people, honestly, when it happens, it's not for any intention of being malice or mean. It's for lack of knowledge.
It's a point of ignorance. I just don't know what to do.
They don't know.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, this conversation obviously is going to be very transformative tonight. We are just at the very beginning of this. How do we now start to change our language, change our mindset, change the way we engage our colleagues, even the ones that are in suffering and are pain? This is going to get even better as time, well, I don't know if the better is the right word, but our conversation will continue. Our masterclass in leadership is going to continue after this break. Stay close.
You've got termites and need to get rid of them fast? Trust Rentokil Initial. With over 60 years experience in the Bahamas, the global brand, training, and expertise can't be beat. Only Rentokil Initial gives you a 3-year warranty and payment plan options on termite fumigation. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rentokil Initial.
The thought of colon cancer never really crossed my mind until 2019, when a very good friend of mine was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. I was shocked. Everybody was shocked because he was a picture of perfect health. He was young, athletic, successful, and full of life. Many of us are still in disbelief. I started to question my own health because if it happened to him, surely it could happen to me. Then came the fear, the anxiety, and everything else in between. Facing your own mortality is very sobering. But for me, I decided right then to have a colonoscopy. And I'm glad I did.
Colon cancer is the 3rd most common cancer diagnosed in Bahamian men and women. Fortunately, almost all colon cancers are preventable. A colonoscopy or some other appropriate form of colon cancer screening is recommended for everyone over the age of 45. During a colonoscopy, we can detect and remove colon polyps that may grow and later become colon cancers. Don't wait until you develop symptoms, such as blood in your stool, abdominal pain, a significant change in your bowel habits, or unintentional weight loss. These may all be indications of a severe problem that requires immediate attention. If you're over the age of 45 or have any of those symptoms, talk to your doctor about the benefits of colon cancer screening today.
Join us each Sunday at 5 p.m. and Tuesdays at 2:30 p.m. for Legends, the Untold Story, here on the ZNS Television Network. Welcome back, everyone. If you're just joining us, our guest tonight is Dr. Latazia Stewart. I call her Dr. Taz, and we are discussing the role that leaders play in securing female health care in the workplace. This conversation is very, very heavy, and so we want you to be mindful that this may also be triggering for you. And our objective tonight is not to trigger anyone or to make you feel uncomfortable in any way, but we have to have these level of conversations so we can start to see change in our organizations and in our country as a whole. Dr. Taz, you have been an advocate for a strong advocate for female health and fertility awareness for many, many years. From your vantage point, what are some of the biggest misconceptions surrounding women's reproductive health in the workplace?
Yeah, one of the things is that people think that it's just a woman's issue. Let's start there. Here's the reality. When I went through my losses, when I was struggling with infertility, my husband was also there dealing with it with me.
Yes.
You know, I talk about it in my book. When we experienced our second pregnancy loss, when the doctor told us that there was no longer a heartbeat, as I was getting dressed, my husband passed out.
Wow.
Now, he says it was due from exhaustion from work the next day. That's his story.
He's sticking to that.
He'll have to come on the show and tell that. But I do believe it was just the stress of everything that we were dealing with.
Yes.
Because here we were again.
And I think that's an important point. We often assume that the woman is the only one, and mind you, she is experiencing the lion's share of the loss, for sure. But what about the husband, the brother, the son, the father that is witnessing his daughter, witnessing his wife, witnessing his mother, experience this loss, and has to go to work and be productive? He's a truck driver. He's a CEO. He's a lawyer. He's the person in charge of having a surgery in the morning. But his wife just lost her baby for the third time. We constrain it, to your point, to the female, but it's our unit, it's our family, it's our loved one, it's also going through this. So the biggest misconception you would say then is the fact that people believe it's just the woman being affected.
There's another young lady who had reached out to me for consultation. Her husband is a surgeon.
Wow.
In this country.
Yeah.
How does he show up?
Present in mind. Capable
present in mind, knowing what his wife had the night before. What accommodation do we make?
For him.
Should he say, you know what, boss, I can't do this today? Is it a mental health leave?
Yeah.
We just need to provide guidance.
You said before that awareness is the bridge to empathy. How do you believe education and open dialogue help shift the workplace culture toward greater understanding and support for these issues?
Yeah, so awareness turns issues into private struggles, right? People might think that private struggles are just their own, but they end up being public issues.
Yeah.
In this example I was sharing with the surgeon, right? He makes...
one false move? Come on.
Air traffic controller.
Jeez.
See, the reality is, until we begin making these issues aware and where they could reverberate throughout our community and in our workplace organizations, we're really being blind to some of the public challenges it could have. And so when Henry makes the mistake, we're like, well, what happened to you, dude? But Henry never felt that he was safe enough to come and share this was an issue.
Deeply personal.
Yeah.
Wow. What do you say to leaders then, Dr. Taz, who believe that the cost of covering these things, having these sessions, putting it on the insurance plan, allowing this woman or this female employee to go through these processes costs too much? What do you say to these people who believe, miss, whatever the law say, do that and then just figure it out?
Here's the reality.
Yeah.
And I actually had a gentleman who was on one of my panels at the conference I held earlier this year. He was sharing how his wife, she works at one of our major hotels. She was dealing with fibroids. And some of the challenges there, you know, again, because these conversations are not being had, she did not feel it was safe enough to have these conversations within her workplace or with her leaders. You know what he told her? Honey, come home. We can figure this out.
Yeah.
We can figure this out. She has not returned to work.
Wow.
Since. They have since gone on to conceive. You know, the fibroids have been resolved, but there is quiet quitting happening right now in your workplace because we're not being human in having these conversations and acknowledging, you know what? This is happening. Here's what we are willing to do or what we can do to support you. Support actually pays, people. Silence is costing you.
Wow, wow.
People are leaving. So your tension is dropping, right? Everybody's like, we can't keep people in the workplace. Like, are we really looking at what the human needs are? Whether it's infertility, whether it's loss, whether it's, you know, even losing another loved one, right? Or are we just saying, boy, when they show up to work, man, you know how much money we losing today?
Right.
But how much money are you really losing and having to retrain somebody else to fill that position?
When you could have simply paid attention to what was going on, realized that there was a need and potentially try to meet it.
Yeah.
Wow. You think about this issue feels, if I want to say Dr. Taz, it feels big.
It is big.
What are some small but powerful ways organizations can begin creating the safe place? Because I think that's where we have to start. We have to start with employees believing it's okay to say to someone, whatever that someone is, whoever that someone is rather, that I'm having a challenge, my wife, my sister, my whomever, and I need space to talk about that. What are some of the small things that organizations can do to help raise awareness, but also make environments safe as well?
Yeah. So right now we have this month, right?
Yeah.
Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. And I know it's competing with breast cancer awareness, and that's an issue that's sensitive to me because I lost my mother to that, right? But when these awareness month comes up that deals specifically with women's health, let's talk about it. Let's, you know, let's wear the colors. If you know, tonight I'm wearing pink and blue, right? Because this is the color that recognizes pregnancy and infant loss, right? But the month of April, you know, the Prime Minister signed this year the declaration to have April recognized as Fertility Awareness Month. Next April, let's make sure the office is wearing orange every Friday, right? So that those who may be experiencing fertility challenges know that, hey, it's okay to talk about it. There's no need for you to suffer in silence because these are not your fault. These are issues just like any other medical issue that individuals face. And when we can create the community, whether it's through lunch and learns, whether it's through workshops or seminars, let's not just pile everything related to women in the month of March. You know, in the month of March, everybody want to have the lunch, they want to have this and all these things. Like, this should be a year round. Put it on your calendars.
To that point, Dr. Taz, I've worked in HR for the last decade or so. And I was responsible for planning events, right? I never knew until we were getting ready to do this show, Dr. Taz, that there was such a thing as pregnancy and infant loss awareness month. I never knew that. Everybody knows October, as you said, is Wear Pink for breast cancer. Where do we begin? I think we have to start like at the beginning. Because I had never put this on the calendar ever in my 10 years, 12 years in HR, ever. So, and I only knew about it when I started to do the research for this episode tonight. So how do we begin helping our colleagues, our partners in business, our HR colleagues? Do we expect the women that are going through it to do it? Do we expect the leaders to start to think so far outside of what's, because this isn't an issue, even though 1 in 4 women are going to experiences or have experiences. 1 in 4 women haven't spoken about it.
Correct.
Right? So even though they went through it, I don't know how many women come to work and say, listen, man, I had a miscarriage last night. Am I using the right term, first of all? Because I noticed you didn't use that word at all so far.
So miscarriages are for individuals who experience a loss anywhere from 1 to 20 weeks. Anywhere post 21 weeks, when you actually physically deliver a child, usually that's referred to as a stillborn.
Understood. So there is a distinction between the two.
Miscarriage and stillborn. However, usually, I mean, the language I typically use is pregnancy loss.
In general.
Because it covers both areas.
That's clear. That's clear. Okay, so now you're thinking about an executive team. There's a person on the team now watching this show, and they're like, wait, what? Another thing to go now, plan, worry about, because the reality is, Dr. Taz, this is a whole new world for so many people.
It is, I know.
Right? And even some women don't know about this until they experience this.
That's correct.
Because again, we're raised to see women in our families just birth babies. Grammy had 15 children one time. Like, ain't no issue. And she may have lost a baby, but nobody talk about that, because she bounced back next week and had another baby.
Yeah.
So all our lives, we've seen women just have baby, have baby, have baby. And now when they realize, wait a minute, you can lose a baby? I can lose a baby. My mommy had 4 children and no issue. My sister, my auntie, so now, in some cases, the issue isn't an issue until it's an issue. What is this leadership team, in an executive meeting in the morning, supposed to be able to start with? Where do they begin? I keep asking that question because I really don't know where they should.
I'd say, first of all, you can invite me to the table.
Maybe that's what we have to do.
Let's, and the reality is there has not been enough conversation around this. It's only just now, I'll be honest, prior to me having this, before I even wrote the book. Before I even wrote the book, somebody shared with me, a taxi driver, as he was dropping to the airport, he said, Dr. Taz, I think you're the first person to ever write a book about this in this country. It didn't dawn on me. But the reality is, I was suffering in silence, and I had remained silent regarding my journey because I was embarrassed, and the reason I was because there was no conversation around it. I think when we begin to create the space for more dialogue around these topics, whether it's around the executive table, whether it's around a lunch and learn, whether it's, when we have awareness campaigns, it now creates the safe space for others to say, you know what, I'm dealing with that as well. Because when this book came out, I myself was like dumbfounded by how many individuals sent me a DM or an email to say, Dr. Taz,
this happened to me too.
This happening to me too.
Wow. Wow. So what I'm hearing you say then is that you don't have to feel it is overwhelming. But the point of the matter is that we start with just a conversation.
Just a conversation.
Perhaps inviting in the expert, perhaps doing some research, perhaps having a conversation with people in your organization who may be willing to share a story or two. Maybe having the conversation with your leaders and understanding, what if this happened? What if we start with what if?
Yes.
If we were presented with an employee today, male or female, that said, listen, I have experienced, or my wife, my sister, my neighbor, whomever, has experienced this issue, what would we do?
Yes.
What does our handbook say? What does our policy say? What does the law say? What are we guided by? Perhaps that's where you should begin, with what if. If this, in the morning, what if this happened to you, Madam or Mr. Executive? What if it happened to you, Mr. or Mrs. Shift Leader, and all of a sudden now you have no idea where to begin because nobody in your organization have ever talked about it? I think this is the reason why we do this show, so we can have the conversations that can transform your organizations, not indict them, but help them to become aware of where there could possibly be work that we can do to enhance and improve the employee experience, because this is one of those things that is just not talked about. Whether that's culturally, some people go through this and don't even tell their families what's happened.
I was one of them.
Right?
I was one of them.
Indeed, I think it's something that we have to be able to recognize that will not go away, because as the world continues to turn and people continue to procreate, these issues will continue to exist. This is indeed a very, very powerful conversation tonight. We're shining a light on a side of leadership that we don't often talk about enough, the human side. We're diving even deeper into how compassion, courage, and care redefine what it means to lead when we come back. So don't move a muscle. Your leadership breakthrough continues after this break.
Tired of looking at the same old kitchen? Step 1. Our talented recommended designer, Mark, crafts a custom design just for you. Step 2. Once your design is ready, CBS Bahamas makes ordering effortless. Your dream kitchen is within reach. Step 3. Our recommended installers bring your vision to life, ensuring every detail is perfectly in place. Sit back and relax as your dream space becomes a reality. Visit cbsbahamas.com and start bringing your home improvement dreams to life today.
Good morning.
and welcome. I'm Dr. Gail, and I'm inviting you to be a part of a journey where we open the Word of God to receive strength, to receive empowerment from the Scriptures as they have been written. Get your Bibles, get your cup of coffee or your tea, because this journey is gonna be great. This is your day of victory.
I have been coming to this island since I was 12 years old. It didn't take me long to realize the rich history it has here. When I bought this island in 2018, I fulfilled a lifelong dream. The goal is not only to preserve the memories I made over those years, but to make new ones and to give others the opportunity to do the same. As we go through this process, it has become clear to me, we aren't just rebuilding an island, we're reviving a legend.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Rundown on Leadership. You are joining us with our guest, Dr. Latazia Stewart, Dr. Taz, and we're talking about the issues regarding women's health in today's workforce. I attended, Dr. Taz, a town hall meeting this week that the Department of Labor and the Public Service Ministry held, because there's right now a conversation around the reform regarding maternity leave, paternity leave, breastfeeding stations, and so on and so forth taking place. As these conversations are happening, I believe it's a step in the right direction, right? Because some of the things that were discussed was there is the proposal to extend maternity leave from 13 weeks to 15 weeks with the possibility of extension depending on the woman's circumstance. Now issuing and making lawful paternity leave, starting at 2 weeks for the male parent. Establishing breastfeeding stations in the workplace for women to either breastfeed or potentially pump at work. Looking now at the maternity leave extending to people who are going to be adopting children. While these are things in the right direction, conversations we should be having, laws that should be on the books, what do you believe is still missing from that conversation?
Yeah. These are definitely all steps in the right direction, and I heard the minister interview earlier this week on the news. Where we still need to take a look at is that there is the unseen group of families who want to be on the side where they can have a maternity leave and a paternity leave. And those are those who are struggling with infertility. And that's a substantive number. The World Health Organization says it's now 1 in 6.
Wow.
And if we also heard Minister LaRota say, you know, when we look at our country, we actually have a declining population. It was also reported in our census. We are now even questioning whether we will be able to sustain the National Insurance Fund. So when we take a look at these real national issues, how do we now look at what could be contributing to that? And that's individuals who are walking the journey of infertility.
So then what lawfully can be done to assist, protect, to, I'll go with assist and protect, persons who are experiencing infertility? How does law affect a woman's or a man's inability to produce a child? How do they tie together?
So I'm going to go ahead and just open up Pandora's box right here on the rundown.
Run it down.
Right here on the rundown.
Go ahead.
You have women right now in this country who pay out of pocket to go and seek fertility treatment. Fertility treatment is a medical option that's viable for people to continue their family. However, we have many of our insurance companies that are not providing coverage for those pregnancies.
For the pregnancy that results from fertility treatment.
Correct. Correct. So could you imagine the husband who has been working at his company for so many years, and his wife is finally pregnant, and she gets the call from her that she's at her doctor's office now for their prenatal visit, and the doctor is telling her, you know, you're gonna have to pay for this prenatal care out of pocket, right? And she's like, why? I'm pregnant. I'm carrying a child. I'm carrying life. Like, my husband have been working at that company for 10 years. He's been paying premiums. But in most of the insurance policy premiums guidance, it shows that prenatal care for pregnancies conceived via IVF is excluded.
Wow.
This is 2025?
2026. They might as well call it 2026.
2026.
The year and over. This October.
That is a very antiquated process.
Wow.
That is a very antiquated policy. And that's one I would invite our leaders to go ahead and take a look at right now, because maybe the HR leader doesn't even know that's a thing.
Not covered. Because again, it's one of those things that you don't know until you have to know it.
Yeah.
Right? So then we're saying that the conversation should expand beyond the persons that are going to be pregnant.
Correct.
What about the families that can't get pregnant?
Correct.
Is what you're saying.
Correct.
So then,
or having challenges getting pregnant.
Yeah, having challenges. So then, when we think about the fact that most of our conversations tonight has revealed that there are some things that just aren't common knowledge, aren't spoken about often, aren't public knowledge as well. What does compassionate leadership look like when an organization, a leader, a team member is faced now with this reality that yesterday was like of no concern to them? Yeah.
Yeah. Again, start having the conversations. It could be a round table with your leaders tomorrow morning and saying, hey, I didn't know.
Yeah.
But clearly, it's in our building. Let's look at our handbook, everybody, and see where there's opportunity for us to make adjustment. Let's call in Dr. Taz. Give her the handbook.
Yes. Evaluate this for us.
And see where there's opportunity for us to show our team that we care about them as a human being who has real life issues beyond just showing up here. Because I can tell you, a woman's body doesn't clock in and out.
Ooh, that's good.
When she shows up to work, she's bringing her whole self in.
Yes, Mom.
And I recently shared the other day, we've heard the myth for years, leave it at the door, but when you come into a workplace, you come in as a whole person.
Yes.
So when we ignore these things, she's probably going like, you know what, let me see what other job around here who hiring? You know, oh, you know what, I hear so-and-so actually is offering, because there is one or two places here that are offering fertility benefits. You know what, let me go and see what kind of job they have over there.
Yeah.
And then you lose your best talent.
Absolutely. A talented person who is gifted, wants to give more, but can't receive the help he or she needs. What I want you to understand, leaders, HR leaders specifically, you know that there's a value proposition every organization should present. And there are times when we underestimate what an unspoken benefit can mean to someone who will need it only when they need it.
Correct.
But if you could imagine if a person is looking at your organization and realizing, hold on, I have a sister, an auntie, a cousin who went through this, and they cover it?
It's happening.
They cover it?
Let me tell you, you have in America right now people who are going to work at Starbucks.
Just because?
Just because they're going to get the benefit of being able to continue growing their family.
Wow. So you have to understand that you are going to be adding more value to your organization by looking at the things that we haven't looked at on a normal basis for a very long time. These issues have been advised to keep under the rug. Hush, hush. Girl, they can think it's less of a woman. Boy, you can't be no baby, you're no real man. All of these things are assumptions that have clouded not only judgment of the people who suffer through these issues, but also those of the organizations that we now serve as employees. When you look at your policy in the morning, I encourage you in the morning to look at your policy, look at your handbook, talk to your employees, not just the female employees either. Talk to all employees about, is this an issue you believe we should be focused on? How do we change the way we move in this organization regarding issues like this? Let's talk specifically about the male employees, though, Dr. Taz, because most men, and this is a sweeping generalization I'm going to make willingly, are absolutely clueless, even when their wives are pregnant. No idea what's going on. All I know is, she told me she's pregnant, babies won't come, do what we gotta do. So many men, also women, but also specifically men, are just unaware, aloof, oblivious. How do these men, who may not firsthand experience these issues, show genuine empathy when I don't even know? Some men can't take people crying in front of them. What do they do? Where do they start?
You know, one of the things that an employer can actually do is actually contract out these type of services.
Okay, so don't try to do it by yourself.
Don't try to do it by yourself.
Call the expert. That makes sense.
Don't try to say, you know what, man, I'm so sorry. Because she could tell. A woman could read through you.
So you're trying, but it ain't working out. Let me call the EAP, please. Let me deal with it. Okay, that's clear. That's clear. You do a lot of work in the community, Dr. Taz, both locally and internationally, to help bring awareness to these things. Talk about the conferences you have on an annual basis to help bring awareness to issues like this, and how people can, join them, participate in them, and learn more about these issues every day.
So one of the signature events that I do host, alongside my nonprofit in the U.S. is the Fertility Empowerment International Conference.
Yes.
We've hosted it now 2 years, and we're preparing for our third one in April 2026. Mark the dates, save the dates, April 16th and 17th.
Okay.
Every HR leader should be in the room.
Everyone. That conference changed my life. I didn't know, Dr. Taz, I didn't know. And to be as knowledgeable as I am, as experienced as I am, and not know that 1 in 4 women that I was leading, my last HR team was all women. All. It was just me. I was the only rooster in the head house.
Wow.
And all of them, it means now that 1 of the 5 of them, 2 or 5 of them really, could have been experiencing an issue that I have no idea about. But I was leading them. I had no idea. That conference changed me because I now think about things that I wouldn't have thought about on a normal day. I wouldn't have walked around and thought, what if she is experiencing, what if he is dealing with a spouse, a wife who has lost a 3rd child in the 3 years. We'll talk a bit more about the conference before we get to our closing segment.
So the conference, April 16 and 17, 2026.
Yes.
And we have folks from around the world who are already making plans to be here in the Bahamas for that event. And so we're inviting corporate partners to come on board with us. These aren't cheap events, if you may. And so we're looking for other...
Run the money, send the money, run it, send it, you got it.
And it is a worthwhile investment.
Absolutely.
It's a worthwhile investment because I'll share with you, a lot of individuals who entered that space, like yourself, they left transformed. They left now having a voice also to share their story. Many of them never knew that they could be this confident in the workplace, and there is hope, there's resources, there are tools available for them on their journey. And so we provide a lot of education and empowerment in that space, right? I also have a support group, right? We have on the 15th of each month at 7 o'clock every evening. Ladies, it's very informal, so if somebody is going through this type of journey and they're like, where can I actually just
vent,
be, and share and be? This is what I experienced. We have a support group that we have meeting, and I welcome them to just reach out, and I can provide that information to them.
You're having an event on Sunday in Grand Bahama.
I do have an event coming up on Grand Bahama. Yes, we are going to be bringing a version of the conference that we held in April to Grand Bahama at the University of Bahamas, and I'm really excited for the partners who've come alongside myself, the University of the Bahamas North Campus, Doctors Hospital, the Grand Bahama Resilience Center, amazing group. And so we're NHI, the team at NHI, they've come on board. They recognize that women's health is so important, and we got to peel the layers back. We got to just peel the layers back, create those safe spaces, and provide education. And so we have over 7 doctors that are going to be sharing information. While I'm a doctor of education. I'm an educator, and that's why you see I do a lot of education and training. But we want also the medical professionals at the table to be able to let our population know, here are some things that you need to consider. Here are some things that you can do from the medical standpoint. And let's not be afraid of it. Just like, I know at one time cancer was a taboo topic, right? And now we embrace the conversation because we know that there is hope, there are resources available. The same thing for fertility, the same thing for pregnancy losses. Like, let's have the conversation. And let's remove the taboo because this is not a personal issue. This is for all of us.
I just had a thought, Dr. Taz. I only had 2 male teachers in my entire life. How many of my teachers could have been suffering? I had no idea.
You'd be surprised.
But they expected to raise our nation.
They are.
I had 2 male teachers my entire life.
I have a teacher right now, like I was sharing, who had a loss last summer. I think I was mentioning it at the break.
Yes.
She had a pregnancy loss last summer.
Wow.
And can I share with you, unfortunately, she's a part of that 40 plus who is not returning this year. She was there during the last school year, but the sip, of certain things that she heard some people say about why she might have lost the baby. Again, It's the lack of knowledge and awareness around these conversations and how to have these conversations that really impact our workforce.
Obviously, 1 hour is not enough. This was an incredible conversation, Dr. Taz, because I believe it gave opportunity and space to have a conversation that's not usually held or had at any given table. And your wisdom, your voice, your heart, lending it to this dialogue has been so tremendous for me, but also to our audience. I'm grateful. But you've reminded us that leadership is not just about systems. It's about strategy. It's about souls, the people that are affecting these organizations. You challenge us to see beyond the surface and to remember that behind every employee, every leader, every smile, there's a story. And some of those stories include heartbreak, healing, but also hope. Too often we measure leadership by how well we perform under pressure, but the real leadership is revealed by how we respond to people in pain. It's seen in the leader who says, take the time you need. It's felt in the organization that chooses empathy over experience. It's proven in the culture that makes space for both strength and sorrow. If there's one thing tonight's conversation teaches us, it's that leadership without compassion is leadership without legacy. Because policies may define procedures, but it's people who define culture. And the way we treat those walking through laws determines what kind of culture we truly have. Dr. Taz, thank you again for helping us to run it down tonight. I believe we've made a real impact tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in and running it down with us. Until next time, lead well, lead wisely, and remember, the greatest leaders don't just manage people, they minister to them. Be sure to stay locked into the ZNS network for the Bahamas tonight at 11 p.m. It's the final newscast in the country with latest in news and information with Mr. Corvell Pyfrom. This is Amado Shaw Thompson for the Rundown on Leadership. We'll see you next week, should the Lord delay his calling. Great night, everyone. Take care.
As we continue to develop the orange economy of the Bahamas and empower our artists and artisans, we as a government intend to show tangible support. We are therefore requesting our Bahamian artists and artisans to submit images of their handmade, authentically made Bahamian products and prices as we move to produce a live digital booklet